to the night's episode of DieRole.
Yay! We made it.
Hey.
Welcome.
Okay,
We're all
everyone.
flat earthers here, so please subscribe.
I. There's such.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
If you are a true flat earther, please subscribe, and then we get like a 12% increase.
Surprisingly,
That's
the
12 too many.
Okay, so here's my quick question. Instead of diving right into the recap of last week's episode, do you want to do the recap before, or do you want to ask me your questions before we do the recap, or do you think that they will flow naturally into each other?
I'm so confused. I don't even know what questions to ask.
We literally just talked about it.
Okay.
About what?
Let's do the recap.
Okay. Who would like to start the recap, or should I roll? Who remembers what?
I know Darius made a big speech.
Correct.
Yes. It was a great speech.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
We have left orphans in good hands.
Well,
Also correct.
Maybe good hands.
Well, I think they're in good hands. I trust Suaz.
Last time, Ashoka ran away
Correct.
at the very end of the game. I mean,
No,
Yeah, that
you
happened.
didn't.
you just weren't there.
well,
You can get away with. Okay, I shouldn't phrase it that way. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
How about we frame it like this? Our good friend Vincent was in fact not here for a large portion of last week's game. What should he be
Yes.
caught up on, so that he can be well equipped to?
I think he's fine.
he's fine. He's a quick learner.
I'll figure it out.
I think I was here for most of the big parts, so
You did incite some action. You did miss a lot of the walking back and forth across the front of a room to argue about different things.
that sounds about right.
What were you guys arguing about? Pam, you had some issues with someone in the town, if you would care to recall.
I have issues with many people in the town. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Specifically a woman that Ashoka then proclaimed to be in love with after
Okay.
Darius' speech.
The orphan headmistress lady. I didn't
She's my
trust her
wife.
with any of those children.
We're married now.
No.
What's her name?
You caught my bluff. I know. V? No.
It's like
Contessa.
Grisabella or something.
Contessa?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
more of a
God,
question
Lord.
for Nick. I didn't expect anyone else to remember. Her name's Ophelia.
Really?
Well, you guys should be
Ophelia.
offended.
You got the up all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
nothing.
Along with that conversation, you all talked with the different persons in the temple, trying to figure out who you would be able to talk to and bring with you. Pam, you had a discussion with Iris through your sending stones.
I did. I
How's she
tried
doing?
encouraging her to come with us, but she's off doing her own oracle things, and I'm gonna let her
What?
be for a little bit.
What?
Darius,
I'm just now finding this out now.
you're not listening right now.
It's not
Okay.
in game yet.
You listening?
Aside from Iris, you guys also talked to Maud and to Rami, and Maud decided to come with you guys. Ramu was going to hang back a bit, I do recall.
We have to go get him. He has to come with us,
Who's
whether
Ronnie?
he likes it or not.
Maud's niece.
She has a
Ron-
niece.
Ronnie is very
Yeah.
pointedly made the point of
the
that
heck?
she was not going to come with you guys.
Yes, which I was
Wow.
fine with because she was upset with me.
Why? Wait, what did you do to her?
Well, because she thought she heard me talking without this voice. She heard me talking without it, so she was suspicious already.
Yes.
She was
Yeah,
making
Lies is very.
It's incredibly suspicious.
Listen, I covered myself pretty well, I think.
No.
It comes and
Yeah.
goes.
It comes and goes. That's what I told her, and
God.
you know,
I'm sure she 100% believed that.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
Also,
So
can I ask?
So Suaz is on a boat.
correct.
Yes.
I don't know if she's going with us or is she going by herself.
So Suaz is on a boat with Captain Agnes as well as Tink and Grum.
Yep.
I
Cody.
trust those orphans. I trust those orphans to be in good hands, but what about all the other orphans?
Oh, that's a good
Oh
point.
my god.
You were going to ask something, Cody. What was it?
Do you
about
know
Remus?
where we are? We. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What
So,
about Remus?
does any of us know like where we're gonna be going next? Do we have any plans?
Yes, we do.
Ashoka is currently walking
okay.
back to his love,
Okay,
Sophia.
Oh, please.
quick. Okay,
Well,
I feel like we're done with the recap because you guys are asking in-person questions now. You had one more question about Remus, Dad. Remus was going to stay back to help Bellman and Clarice
Mhm.
fix up the city because he was still one of their last remaining sentinels of Sabine.
What about
About who? Oh, that Seamus was part of the reason Ramu was going to stay behind so that he could find the rest of the people who were part of the guild.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Zeno? Bino?
Have not
I'm gonna
been
ask him-
seen.
We've lost
Very
him.
One of
Bino
them
has
was
started his
still-
own. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Bino has started his own company, and it's called Bino, like Bino Gas.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Cody.
He was able to figure it out. I mean, come on,
Not
give him a hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you desire to grill me about the other NPCs I've told you about before we start the session?
Like with my question?
What does NPC mean?
We've been playing for over a year.
Have I?
Yes.
Have I?
All right.
It's a bold claim.
All right.
It's a valid question.
Are you guys good to start the game so that we can start to have these conversations in game?
Are you gonna count to
Can
10
I
again?
ask the DM my question?
Okay. Yes.
Can we just forget about the mistake we made, the thing that we forgot about, and just have Oron and Rowan with us? Yes?
Wow.
Okay.
I disagree.
Olron and who?
Rowan.
Rowan.
I disagree. I think we
Rowan
should go back
supposed
to
to
get
come with us?
them.
I feel like Rowan is easy enough to just say
Yes, she was
one
in my
person. No, one person went back to get her because she's a living thing who
But
takes up
I was-
space.
I was going to carry her in my poncho regardless.
Are you carrying Jacques or are you carrying Rowan? How many living things can you fit in your pocket?
Jacques is
I'm-
floating. The snake is on top of Jacques, and I'm carrying Rowan in my poncho. She's very small. She's a halfling.
You should be happy because I'm telling you, yes. I'm just saying you didn't carry her the first time in your poncho. You went back, made like
Okay,
a
cool.
papoose or something, and
Yes.
now have her.
Thank you.
Don't act like we all know what that means.
It's a thing that you carry a baby in.
Of course I wouldn't know what that is.
Okay.
I'm
And
just rubbing it in.
as for Olron, you have to have a conversation with the man. NPCs are not just pieces of equipment that you can pick up. You don't
Yeah,
absorb them into yourself.
They're
Like,
not
We
our
almost
equals.
killed him, so I feel like we should just leave him alone for a little bit, you know?
What?
I agree.
We cannot leave Olron behind. I promised Iris that we would. Okay, are we in game now?
all right.
We can't.
3,
yes, we're
2,
in.
1. In game
You-
fighting.
Okay,
You're
now
in
you're
the
doing
fantasy
You
three.
world.
promised Iris what? You
I promised
promised Iris what?
Darius, I promised
Sorry, I'm not laughing in game. I'm laughing out of game.
Okay, I promised
What
Iris.
did you
that we would
promise,
look
Iris?
Okay, I promised Iris that we would look after Olron. That's what I told her. So we can absolutely not leave him behind.
I feel like Elrond's best condition would be as far away from us as possible.
No. Disagree completely.
Okay, well, roll 20 to engage.
I don't think he should be as far away from us as possible, but I don't think he should be with us.
But how else are
I
we
just
supposed to
feel
look
like-
after him?
He can take care of himself. Have you seen him in combat?
Not anymore. Do you remember what we did to him?
Yeah, and that's why he shouldn't come with us, because it's gonna happen again. We're just not gonna stop getting in danger.
Is he a turtle?
Can I throw my hat in the ring really fast, guys?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
sorry for using that terminology. I know all these other people don't know what we're talking about, but we're all in the circle, right? No one else can hear us.
Should we do a group huddle?
You're all in the
Yeah,
same boat. I think Rendor knows what a
Sidebar.
hat is. Rendor knows what a hat is.
Rendor, do you know what a hat is?
Rendor?
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Oh no.
yeah.
An appendage you keep on your head to produce shade temporarily, or keep rain on.
Bingo.
Too much
Yes.
sense.
Sometimes used as a fashion accessory.
Perfect.
Get in this group huddle.
Good job, Rendor.
Yeah.
Daddy.
You deserve to be here. So I wanted to say that I would like Olron to come because I want to see if we can figure out how to reverse whatever is going on with him.
Exactly.
I think that's the best reason to take him.
I'm
Is
serious.
there
Is he
still
not a
something
turtle?
going on with him?
He's really messed up.
I think we
After
should
we came
figure
back.
out what that is, but we shouldn't take him with us on all of our adventures. We're gonna actually get him killed if we do that.
Don't you think he would want to at least see his relative? Maybe we can just have him in good hands with his relative over there.
Yeah, okay, then taking him away isn't gonna help that.
I'm not saying that we take ourselves away from his relative. We're probably gonna go with the relative. I don't know. Who is that to
Wait,
him?
who
I'm
are we
not.
talking about?
The guy that Morgana came with.
They're related.
Marcus, for your guys' edification, you guys are still standing on the ship in the docks of Portwind. Quite a fine ship. A couple members of the crew, Morgana, who you recognize, though you've not interacted a ton with, they came up and they kind of set up a little sleeping area, kind of around Marcus's still unconscious form, and he seems to just be kind of zonked out there from the amount of effort that it took to keep you in the other body that you were in for several days. So there's this like very impressive, golden tattooed monk figure with dark skin, this long hair, just like on the ground, 20 feet away from you guys.
Maybe we should get him to a bed.
That would be actually kind of us.
Yes, something we can do.
So maybe we should split up. Find Marcus a bed. Go get Olron.
Okay, I don't want to be like that person, but we can't take care of everybody, you guys. We have to leave some people to take care of themselves. And he's also a sailor, so I'm sure he's perfectly used to sleeping on a ship.
Roll 21st.
Stop
What?
saying these things right in front of Rendor.
I know.
I
That
do have
doesn't
to
matter.
say,
Oh,
I do have
wait,
to say, I
sorry.
actually agree. I actually agree with Vincent, that we should maybe actually leave Olron here. I think you're right.
I disagree.
I think we would get him killed. But we need to come back. Like
I
we would
think-
have to come back.
Come back
What
for
if we took him? What if we took him with us until we figured out how to reverse whatever is going on with him, and then as soon as that happens, we drop him off at the first place, or like we try to bring him back to Portwind or something?
We could teleport him back to Portwind.
That would be perfect.
We could always leave it up to him as well.
We could leave
Yeah,
it.
just
well, once we
abandon
reverse
him.
it.
I just turn
Wait.
around and start walking back to the temple.
Okay. Is anyone going with Pam? What?
Wait, where is my flying carpet?
I go with Pam.
Okay.
Can I whistle and summon my flying carpet?
I will say roll an Arcana check while I try to remember who actually had the last one.
I thought it was Darius, but I don't remember.
Yes, and then he got off of it
Hmm.
as a building fell down. Okay. You
Well-
whistle and wait,
Well-
and it does not seem to come to
Ooh.
you.
Darius,
Yes,
do you know where my flying carpet went?
it's right over here.
Darius, you gesture to a portion of your pack where you usually keep it and find it is not there.
Oh
What?
Well, where did it go?
Darius, roll an intelligence check and get above a 15 to remember what happened to it.
no! Come on! Can I give him advantage by cheering him on?
Roll a performance check. If you get above a 10, he can get advantage.
Oh my gosh!
You're not a bard, but...
Can I inspire him?
Yes!
Oh, you are a
Yeah.
bard! You can inspire... Okay, Darius.
Yeah.
What do you say to inspire him, Rendor?
Just clear your mind and think back. It's in there. And I'm there with
Okay, so Darius,
Okay.
you can roll an intelligence check with advantage, and you can add... What's your inspiration die at your level, Rendor?
Thank you,
believe
Rendor.
it's a D. Oh, let me check.
Come on.
Action.
It's either a D6 or a D8.
I'm pretty sure it's a D6. I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure it's a D6.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold
Okay.
on. What level are you, 9?
Well, I'm not all bard though. I'm only like a level
Oh,
3
right.
bard.
Okay. Yes, you're a D6. Okay. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check with advantage and then add a D6. Or you can keep the D6 for later, but it's kind of...
Kind of important.
I imagine Pam may think so.
Hmm.
Okay.
It is a D6. I found it. It's a
Okay.
D6.
Go ahead and add a D6 to that, Darius.
Wait a minute. I didn't see what what did I roll?
A 15.
And that's it for the day.
So that's
Wait, what?
21. Right?
Well, yeah, I guess I said get above a 15. So you can keep the inspiration die if you think that you'll have to roll something else harder later.
Ooh.
That's right. If I got enough, I am good enough.
Okay. You recall that as you were saving folks from the collapsing city center, at a certain point you descended and started to make your run up to the different side stairwell, and in doing so you got off of the magic carpet. And you imagine that it must just be still there, either in one of those offices, by the tree, or perhaps buried under the rubble.
So it's trapped with a big stone on it, pulling itself.
Quite possibly.
Oh,
All
no.
right, so we're gonna go back for Oleron, right? I'll go back and I'll look in the office where I think the magic carpet is.
Thank you, Darius.
Okay.
You
Okay,
guys
sorry.
need me to come with you?
Yeah,
I'm
because
just asking. I'm asking.
if you guys are set on leaving him here, let's at least use your greater restoration first and see what it does before we even attempt to leave.
I think I might need someone else to help me with greater restoration.
Ramu?
Yeah. I mean, if he's still there.
He's probably still at the temple.
Okay.
So you and I
Yeah,
can
that's
Does
fine.
anybody else want to come?
Yes.
This guy onto a bed or Marcus onto a bed because, even though yes, it's true that he often sleeps on a thing, he did protect me for a very long time while I was helping you guys. So
I can assist you with that.
thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay. One of you two roll a quick investigation check for me, just to find some basic supplies. It's not too hard. Everybody else, who else is going back in the party to the city, and who is doing something else or going to a different part of the city?
I'm staying.
I'll
I'm
go
going
with Darius, I guess, because I
Yeah.
don't want him to go alone.
Okay. And you're
I'll
going
go
with...
with Darius
Okay.
because I'm
Gra-
here.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
After not too long, you guys find in the various cabins on the secondary deck of the ship, you find an open one, and Vorgana, you're actually able to recognize with not too much trouble where Marcus actually sleeps. He sleeps in the cabin that goes to the first mate. So you kind of, along with the help of Rendor, kind of bang your way in there and get him settled in.
Nice. Okay.
Aside from the few other crew members, you don't necessarily see everybody else on the ship populated currently. You imagine they might be out helping some of the other refugees. Okay, so with this all settled, we've got Darius, Gregnat, Vincent going to Collapse City Center. We've got Pam, Ashoka, my brain just died, Vorgana, going to the temple again. Rendor, where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm standing around confused.
Okay. Okay. Would you like to do something on your own while these guys are, for some reason, splitting up again?
Hey, Randor, why don't you come with us?
All right. I kind of like walk up and just go, thank you.
We can always use an extra set of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
True.
Do my best.
Okay. As you guys set off, easily enough done, we're gonna. I can't remember whether you did this or not last time. Because you're familiar with the ship, you're able to like lower the proper. I think you did because everybody came up and not everybody climbed up. You walk down the ramp, you head off into the city, without too much issue. Everybody make a quick perception check for me as you head on your way.
Okay. Oh, what's
Could
my
you do it for
perception?
me?
+2.
Yes. Perception.
Thanks.
Perception. Oh man. Yeah, I forgot what your character sheet is like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
What
Oh.
is
Dang.
You got a -1, Vincent. Ashoka
Yes.
got a natural 1.
So we're on a good path.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So we're gonna. So okay, I'm gonna type out the who's with who. Darius, Dragnet, Randor, Vincent. Those folks are headed to City Center. And Pam, Morgana.
Mhm.
My typing is so bad today. Pam, Morgana, Ashoka. That's everyone going to the temple. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Morgana. Did everybody roll perception?
I rolled earlier up on the.
I see yours. I see yours. I see Morgana's. I see Pam's. Okay.
Was I supposed to roll perception?
Yeah, you're all rolling perception as you go throughout the city. You just kind of
Okay.
keep an eye out.
Normal.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Okay. Nick,
Yes.
what do you think is a fair perception modifier to give Greg Matt?
Oh, that's a lot of big words. How about 3?
+3.
I don't want to make him too OP.
You know what? I'll allow it because I do think of the stats, wisdom is probably Greg Matt's highest.
Oh. And he has a second voice in his head. Plus he can access
Lord.
yours.
Okay, roll perception for Greg Matt as well.
Okay. Wait, using my sheet?
No, just roll 1d20 +3.
Okay. Roll slash. Wait, slash roll.
Slash roll.
1d20 +3. Heck yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then I got Pam's. Did you roll for Ashoka? Yes, you got the natural one. Okay.
Thanks for saying that again.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep track. Okay. So Pam, Morgana, Ashoka, you make your way back to the temple without too much incident. You don't see much going on, but you can kind of see that some of the groups who were inside the temple are starting to kind of almost clean up around the outside of it. Like they're trying to collect debris and different things to just get some supplies together. And everybody looks very somber and very kind of quiet. As you head inside, there's no guard at the door because it seems that Excelsior, after the fight with Bruno, the vast majority of them have disappeared as they are wont to do. As you enter into the temple, you find the other members of the council have also gone. possibly just adjourn to one of the towers, and Ophelia also say to exit. But most of the people who were injured are still there, and you do see Olron still kind of just sitting and staring from the spot that he was
Oh.
originally placed in when you first came.
Okay. I turned to Ashoka and I'm like, okay, we need to. I hope it'd be okay to just like. Oh wait, okay. Now I remember. We need to find Ramu.
Yeah. Do we see Ramu?
Not in the temple currently,
Do I see my wife?
no. No, Ophelia is not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, why did I come?
Because you're trying to help us, Ashoka.
I'm already walking away.
I just grab his like monk clothes and just
Yeah.
hold them beside me.
Yes. Unless you want to make contested strength checks, yes.
Please no.
No, I just stopped breathing.
Ashoka, you have a weird tint and you're already green. Like, you okay? Can I just slap him?
I would say yes, but he's a monk, so he would probably dodge it on instinct, even though he is Ashoka. Ashoka, do you want to make a Constitution saving throw against yourself? Okay. What are you doing?
Wait, what does that mean?
If you're holding your breath for too long,
Okay.
you would pass out.
Well, that's my goal.
So it would be. We don't have will in D&D, so it would be
So
wisdom,
Constitution.
but this is
Oh.
not wise.
Why? Charisma.
Roll a Constitution saving throw. And if you roll a strength check that is higher than that, you can make yourself pass out, but that is all.
Oh, no, okay. A strength check?
Yeah.
Okay.
The things you make me do.
I'm
Thanks,
so upset.
Danny. Okay. Dang it!
You're still very much alive. You've seen Ashoka pull this trick before, Pam. You know he'll be fine.
Yep.
Alright.
You can't fool me again.
Fine.
As I said, should I go back to the other map?
I hear an echo.
As do I.
Really?
As do I.
Let me try muting me.
It might be because Nick and I are in like opposite
Similar.
rooms, like right next door to each other.
Okay.
Is it gone?
It is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, the vast majority of the people that you still see in here are the injured and some of the civilians, and a handful of, even though Ophelia is not here, you see like a handful of orphans still hanging out kind of in the back like they're still asleep. What would you all like to do?
So Morgana,
Hmm?
do you need Ramu for this spell?
Well, I can try it.
I don't want to wreck it though. I don't want to make him worse. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's gonna make him worse. But it might be one of those things like where it's so strong that you know how like when we fought when we not fought, but remember when we almost got killed by that last night or whatever he was?
Mm-hmm. The cursed paladin.
Yeah, so yeah, the cursed paladin. We needed more than one person to bring him back.
Right.
So I don't know if it's gonna be like that. I can definitely use greater restoration more than once, but I'm gonna have to. I could try it one time by myself, but I'm wondering if I might need more than one person to help me. Either of those will work.
Do we have any idea where Ramu went? Did he go back to the wilds?
Make a retroactive insight check to try and think of where he would go.
Is it okay if I do it as well?
Go ahead. Yeah. Morgana, you're really unsure. You were really hoping that you would get everything right the first time, and you guys would be on the boat right now. Pam,
Yeah.
you think that Ramu is probably doing two things. One, he's probably trying to help the leaders of this place still set up some kind of informal government or something so that people can feel safe and protected. Two, he's probably looking and hunting through the city for his people, for the rest of the Gilded Guardian. So that could mean he's out in the forest looking for Seamus, or it could mean he's somewhere, in the city looking for, through whatever buildings are still there. It could mean that he's on his way to the refugee boats.
So it probably wouldn't be worth it to try to find him at this point.
That is for you to determine. But
I think we should find him because we're already here. And I kind of want to stay in
You
Portland.
could always do your sending to find him. Whatever it is your find person is.
What do you think, Morgana?
I am not sure. I could just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, finish your sentence, and then I will say.
I was just gonna say I could just go ahead and try it once by myself and see what happens.
Morgana, would you care to make either a medicine or religion check? Since you're feeling
Gosh.
apprehensive about this, you can
Yeah.
ask yourself about the limitations. Okay.
Darn
So
it.
you consider yourself a little bit more of a fighting cleric than a healing cleric a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So you're not too familiar with this, but you also know that you've seen a lot of power come through in ways that you're not familiar with recently. I mean, you've had 2 different bodies in the space of like a week plus.
True.
And you get the feeling that greater
My God, it
restoration.
was only a week.
Listen, I do not set the pace, y'all do. Listen, okay. You get the feeling that it may not cure him completely, but it will not hurt him further. You have found a way to channel this energy that you have in ways that are positive. That much you know.
And is that why I thought it would be a good idea to find someone else that might actually have more, I don't know, healing, holy healing abilities?
Your context of people within Portwind as well is somewhat. You haven't seen a ton of holy people in Portwind.
True.
You saw 2 of them just leave to go to the wilds, and even they didn't seem quite perfect. Ramu, isn't technically a cleric. He's a warlock, which is different.
Yeah, it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's just try it and see maybe if this could maybe I think the right word is stave off the problem.
So
Maybe not make him worse.
So you need somebody that also can use greater restoration, right?
It would be nice to have someone that, but I honestly don't know if that's going to be a saving grace either. I don't think anything I do or me and one other person do is going to save him.
But would
completely.
having another person help more? Do we know that?
Can I make like an Arcana check to see if that's a possibility?
You can make an Arcana check.
Can I give him advantage somehow?
Woo!
Okay, nice. Cool.
I'm good.
You got 10, so yeah. That's
Luckily. Yeah.
You feel with an Arcana check like this, the reason the spell was requiring multiple layers of casting on the cursed paladin had a lot to do with who cursed that paladin, which was a goddess. Oleron was not. So you're not really sure if having more than one person is really useful or if you're just using it as a security blanket. If the spell would work, it would work with you.
Okay. Let's just try it then.
Okay.
I'm feeling a little bit more sure of myself.
All right. Well,
Okay,
Why
What was
don't
it?
you assist him on the spell?
that's what I was thinking, but I think I would need greater restoration, which I could try to get if I really wanted to. Wink, wink.
Maybe if there's anyone that we see that's maybe that has some kind of magic, could just assist me, like even just like I don't know if anyone has like a type of spell or something that could help me.
Do you want?
Or a bard, if a bard's here.
Do you want to make a perception check to see if you see anyone who is of magical prowess in the building remaining? And Pam, what were you going to say?
I have lesser restoration that I could somehow manipulate into greater restoration.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Kurgan, sorry. How about you make a perception check, Morgana?
Okay, can I tell the two of them so they can also make a perception check?
If you so desire, sure.
Look for someone that might be able to help us.
Yeah.
That's why, because I only have a 10.
0 modifier. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ashoka, are you going to roll as well?
Should I?
Well, just because your buddy asked you to, but if you don't feel like it.
Wait, so what am I rolling? I was moving. What was it?
Perception. It's okay.
Sibling asked you to.
So what if
Not just your buddy.
What if Organa gave advantage to Pam for the lesser restoration, and she gave Organa as advantage on the greater restoration?
That's not quite how that works.
Yeah, I don't.
But, okay, between the three of you looking, Pam, after a little while, you notice in the back of the room, and the reason you notice is because you saw part of this setup before, you see that older man on the mattress who, when the houses were falling down in Portwind before, who was shouting about some kind of a river. You see him, and then near him, you see a face that is actually somewhat familiar. And after looking for a moment, you realize that it is a person who you've seen in like a sketch before in the files and paperwork that you found in the building for the Guild of Guiding Light before it got destroyed. You see a man in a now tattered robe named Kurgan, who is a half elven man.
Oh, I'm just excited.
Half elven man with long braid down his back, who, based on what you read in the file or remember from it, he's some kind of a magic-y. Yes. Correct. You got it. Good job. First try with the D&D spell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You can see he's kind of fluttering around the different injured people, just checking on folks. Particularly that older man. And not too far away from him, you see a younger halfling guy, kind of a large nose, named Rufus, who you know is Kurgan's apprentice currently, also from the documentation of the Guild of the Guiding Light. So he's there.
Okay. Hey, Morgana, do you recognize that guy?
Somewhat. He definitely looks like someone that I've seen before. Would you want to talk to him?
Yeah, I think he's from the guild.
Ooh, from the Guild of Guiding Light?
Yeah, our guild. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Let's go talk to him.
I kind of like nudge you, and I'm just like, you go. I don't want to go.
All right. Okay. I walk over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that worked? You listened to me? Oh, I mean, he listened.
I mean, I'm just trying to get out of here. As I say as I'm walking away.
Okay.
And I'm also trying to help our friend.
Of course.
All right. He's currently talking with his apprentice.
And I try to wait for like a good moment to interject and say, "Excuse me, I'm really sorry. I know you're probably super busy."
Not a problem,
Um,
Maytaro. I'm sorry, did you require some kind of aid?
yes. Oh. Yes. Kurgan, was it?
How did you know that?
I know that.
Yes, how do you... Have we met before? I'm terribly sorry. This is quite a busy city. He, like, dusts his hands across his
Um,
robe and reaches out with a hand.
I go to shake his hand. Is that what he's trying to?
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
Okay. And I say, we have had some people that or I know some people in the Guild of Guiding Light, and they recognized you, and I needed to see if you could help us help. Do you know Orin?
Never met him, but I suppose someone of that name could be in this room. Would not be surprised.
Okay, jeez.
He is in this room. And he has suffered some major I don't even know how to explain it. Like would it be like I don't know how to explain to him how it like kind of reacts
He kind of squints at
without
you and
saying like
considers for a
chaotic.
moment. He kind of squints at you and considers for a moment. Has he perhaps fallen to some form of side effect from what some may call experimental magic?
Ooh.
Yes. Exactly.
I see. He got a natural 20 on his arcana check.
That was pretty
Thank God.
I see. And what do you suppose I can help you to do with this?
So I want to try and see if greater restoration will work. I'm not sure it will, but I want to see if that will help either slow the effects of what's going on or just see if it will do anything. And I just needed assistance in trying to cast it to maybe hopefully make a stronger spell to hopefully maybe reach the experimental magic.
So you do not have a definition of the exact condition which you are hoping the greater restoration will heal.
I am not certain about that. I'm hoping that it will heal, but I'm not sure.
Curious. Curious indeed. Alright, he hops down from the raised platform that he was on the part of the temple that leads up to the altar. So he hops down off of that, turns around and goes, Rufus, watch after all of them, if you would. Alright. And he nods to you to lead the way. Speaking of Pam, are you near Olron yet?
Yes. So I'm gonna drag Ashoka with me. And go talk to Olron.
Okay. He looks at you and gives you a nod as you come up, but that's about all he does as far as acknowledgement.
Actually, can I send Ashoka to go talk to that riverman?
That'll be a conversation you have to have with Ashoka.
Hey, Ashoka.
What if I'm already doing it?
You're kind of good with old people, right? Because you are one sometimes.
Should I turn into him?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying do you want to go just check on this old guy, just see if he's okay?
Okay. Like, that's it? You don't have any ulterior motive?
No, I mean, because he said some interesting things when I first met him, but I don't know.
Okay, what should I say?
Just go talk to him. Just be normal.
All right. I approach, immediately start talking to a woman. Hello.
I didn't even tell you who to talk to yet. It's him. He's over there.
Okay, never mind. Go away.
Wow.
All right. Okay, I approach the man.
Okay, so as Morgana starts to lead Kurgan the way, as you approach, do you approach the man who Pam points to?
Yes.
Okay. As you do, Kurgan's assistant Rufus stands up and goes, pardon me, it's a very delicate medical condition.
I
You're
just
right.
grab him by his collar. I was like, "What'd you say to me?"
Okay, I go immediately back over to
I
Ashoka.
throw him on the ground and then run for the man.
Make a strength check? What is
No.
happening?
Okay, I just run over there. Rufus? Did I know his name? Do I know his name?
Uh,
I think I
You're-
heard him say it.
you cannot grab him by the collar. Rufus just is still on the ground. He's a hefty little halfling man.
Okay, never mind. I'm so sorry to bother you, sir.
Yes.
Ashoka? Forget I said anything, Ashoka. Come on.
No, I'll handle this.
Ashoka.
Really, there's no need to be. There's been a disaster. I know it's stressful. But
Listen
we
here,
need
nerd.
to.
You ever cross me again, I'll get a natural 20 all up on you.
What are you saying? He's not gonna know what that
What are
means.
you talking about? What's the natural?
I have the power to destroy your entire life.
Can I
with
just start
the
grabbing him
words
by
I
his
speak.
clothes again?
Pam, you make a strength check. Ashoka, you make an intimidation check.
I have more power than anyone in this room.
Stop!
Ah,
Okay.
So is that Rufus? That is the original.
dang it!
No!
You see Rufus step back slightly and bump into the medical bed
Are you
that
serious?
that the older man is currently resting on. What were you asking, Darius?
Is that Rufus the original student of Kurgan
Yes,
that we met way back when? Okay.
correct.
Aww.
All right, I'll handle this. Don't worry.
No!
Hi, sir.
So
What are
we
you
met
doing?
him before. So Ashoka, why are you being weird?
Yeah.
This is just how I roll. Hi, sir.
The old man is currently asleep on the bed.
All right, well, I'm gonna wake him up really quickly.
Stop! No!
Sir.
Forget I said anything.
Sir.
Ashoka, would you like to make a medicine check to try and wake him up? Just get a 10.
Yes. A 10? Easy. Check this out.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Rise and shine. Ooh, you don't smell so good.
Can I somehow turn Ashoka into an old man?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I turn Ashoka into an old man somehow? I know. I have an idea. Ashoka. Big, giant white whale. The ocean.
What are you doing?
A boat.
No, stop. What are you talking about?
The smell of
Sea salt?
Sea salt.
Okay.
You can't hurt me anymore.
Blood.
Brief pause. As this is happening, you're leading Kurgan over to Olron. What do you say to Olron as you approach?
Ooh, okay.
That's what you say.
No, I don't say that.
The way you've chosen these, this is timing, so consider that. Go ahead.
Okay. We need to figure out how to save, or how to. I'm thinking that I could cast Greater Restoration. And if there's any type of buff spell or anything that you could do to help make the Greater Restoration more powerful. Or we could try casting Greater Restoration together.
Don't forget to talk to Olron first.
And then I also am like, we should maybe talk to Olron first.
Well, when administering any form of enchantment, if you are hoping that the target will be willing, talking to them is usually a good step. You do care about the fact that he consents to this, right? Or is he an enemy of yours?
Oh.
He's not an enemy of mine.
Oh,
We are friends. At least I hope he remembers that.
alright.
So I go up to Oron with Kurgan, and I walk not so I'm behind him.
Okay. Wait, not so you're behind him?
So at first, sorry, I was like, oh, maybe I should tap him on the shoulder, and then I'm like, that's not a good idea.
So you walk up to Olron, well, so he's able to see you and does not startle.
Yes.
Okay, so you walk up to Olron. He
Go
nods
for
at you somewhat absently and then continues to kind of just survey the area.
And then I say, hello. Hello, Oran.
Are you...
Oran.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Oran. What were you gonna say?
Are you... You look different now. Are you the one with the Dragonborn who came through that weird water near the prison and got me out? You're made of green now instead of dirt and things. Is that
Yes.
still you? Alright.
It is me. It is I.
And who's this?
Vorgana.
Vorgana. And who is your companion? Hello, I'm Portwind. Nice to meet you. He like looks at you like,
Aw.
And then I say, okay, Oran, we are going to I want to make sure that you are okay after we have transported from the what would the dimension be called? Like the hell dimension?
the Nine Hells?
The Nine Hells, thank you. After we came back from the Nine Hells, I'm casting Greater Restoration to make sure that everyone is okay after us going there, because I want to make sure that we are all safe, you know.
And I don't realize that I had lost anything that would need to be restored. But, he kind of surveys you up and down. Make a persuasion check, and with advantage because Kurgan goes, I have a little bit of expertise in medical areas such as this. Not personally, but I've helped develop it. But we are here to help. Go ahead and roll persuasion. Oh, with advantage. Okay, good. After a brief moment of assessing your expression, Morgana, he sees the kindness in your actual half-orc eyes instead of, dirt, and goes,
Yes.
well, I don't imagine you'd save me just to kill me here, so whatever you believe will help.
Okay. Thank you. We will now perform the spell. Please sit back and enjoy the ride.
Okay. He kind of gives you a look at that, but, settles more so into the chair as much as you can settle into, a hard pew. So you
Okay.
cast Greater Restoration. I will say, because you're trying to be, let me ask you this so I know how to present this to you. What exactly are you hoping to accomplish with this? In as precise words as you can put it.
I'm trying to accomplish either the slowing of the chaos magic that has been put on Oran, and or stopping the chaos magic that
Okay.
is happening to him at the moment.
Okay.
Can I also, if this is gonna go well, but can I also use an Oliver roll?
What do you want that part of it to accomplish? Are you trying to undo what has been done, or are you just trying to, stop what has been done from progressing further?
I'd ideally like it to be the first thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Where it just completely goes away.
Okay. In that case, I would like you to make an Arcana check with advantage because Kurgan is there to help you. And then we'll see with the Oliver roll.
Okay, that's one.
Yes, queen.
That's two.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Huh?
Okay, so I will tell you as a player in this game that we are doing together. This will for sure stop the advancement of the chaos magic, but it will not undo what has been done. If you want to try to do
Okay.
that, you will have to go for a knowledge roll. That goes along with whatever potentialities that comes with.
Oh.
But as you cast Greater Restoration and just get a little bit of a bump, you hear Kurgan mutter some arcane words behind you, and you're not sure what kind of a boost it gives you, but it gives you one. And you do see, it's almost as if Oleron has never, he is elven, he's a wood elf, but he's never seemed particularly old until after this time he spent in the Night House, and you can kind of see like his spine straighten and his, his posture fixes itself so that he looks closer to what he looked like when you first met him, though it doesn't like. He's still looking a little bit malnourished and that sort of thing, but his eyes are clearer and he's more there. But
Okay.
yeah, what would you like to do?
I don't know. I
Do I notice any of this amongst the chaos?
Brief pause to give Cody some time to consider what he would like to do.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry,
It's okay. I understand. Ashoka and
kind of
Pam.
want to save him, but
I know you can think about it. Let's come back to the comedy duo over here. So, you did convince him. Okay, Ashoka, you were being tempted into one or two things. Okay, Ashoka, and the player who plays Ashoka, Nick.
Yes.
You know the usual things that will send Ashoka into becoming Oban Ashoka.
Yes.
This is not necessarily it.
This is not it.
Yeah. So
However,
however,
go ahead.
if I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw, if you get below a 10, something else might happen. But if you get above a 10, if you want to please Pam, you can then choose to do the thing you know you need to do in order to become Oban Ashoka.
Okay, well, let's see. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
So as Pam starts to describe all these things about ships and waves and salt and sea
And the whale.
And whales.
and the whale, you remember, you're like brought back and suddenly the wood under your feet creaks. And it's old and different, and you remember the shadowy outline of a figure that moved in time with thunder strikes, with lightning at his back. And you're suddenly 12 years old again in your mind. And you feel like you need to get away from this place. You need to hide.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay,
Do
I
you
run
mean
away.
he became baby Ashoka instead of old Ashoka?
Yeah.
Oh wait, am I actually 12 right now, or am I just having a memory?
You're not actually 12. You had
Okay.
you had a
Flashback.
yeah.
Okay. I run away in
Okay.
panic.
Make a well, you're a monk. You can move super fast. Pam,
Okay.
he does not do it subtly or gracefully, but Ashoka just like darts away. And
God.
your goal
Dang.
is to hide. So I'm not going to say that you like run far. You just run to whatever the least populated area is. So where does Ashoka think that would be? In one of the towers or just outside the temple?
Definitely. Ashoka, what? Outside.
Okay. So you just like go and hide against the outside of the temple door slightly. You hide in like the shadow where one of the towers meets the rest of the temple. That like little corner. Okay.
Can I tell Jacques to go follow Ashoka?
Make an animal handling check and get above a 10. Also, you've now got an old man just standing at you who watched you like send the full-grown man after whispering about sea waves to him.
Sir, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to maybe give you a little bit of conversation or something. How are you? Can I help you in any way?
I'm gonna hold on. Let's see how he's doing. Okay, Jacques flies out from under your poncho.
Okay, Jacques, please go retrieve Ashoka. I'm so sorry for doing this to you.
Oh, man, this guy's tough. Okay. You mentioned the ocean. Vincent? You mentioned the ocean.
Yeah.
Can you take me to where?
Where are we right now? We're in Portwind. We're in the Temple of Arathis. Where would you like to go, sir?
I need to buried peaks. Do you know how far away we are? I have to find
Where do you have to go?
right to the buried. Yeah, have to. As he starts coughing, you see Rufus comes back over. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rain, we'll get you your medication very soon. Just a moment. That's it. Don't talk to. He can't talk that much. I know
Okay.
it's just
No, Rufus, I got you. It's okay.
okay. Do you want to go get Kurgan? I think this the
You want me? You want me to get Kurgan?
I mean, I think he's done with your friend over there. So just and your other. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'll get Kurgan. It's okay.
That was the worst thing ever.
Okay, so I go over to Kurgan and Morgana and Oron.
You see that Olron is like sitting up straighter with clear eyes now, and you can see that Morgana is like. You can see on Morgana's face the like internal debate going on.
Existential crisis, yes.
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 Okay.
I'm like, well, at least he's better.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying to Kurgan.
You guys did it?
It would seem so, as much as I know we can do.
It's Kurgan, right?
That it is. Hello.
Hello. I don't know if we've ever properly met, but I know of you.
I would not be surprised. Are you red tiefling, purple punch? Ramu mentioned. Oh.
What has he said? What has he said about me?
That you are a wonderful traveling companion for his dear Vincent.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Huh?
Ramu's the best. I really like him. You know, he's a.
He is quite charming. Now, if you excuse me, lovely to make your acquaintance.
Yeah,
he
you're
like,
needed. He just needs you. So.
of course.
Say,
Yes.
probably-
Kurgan,
What?
thank you for all your help.
Yes, thank you for helping our.
And I go for another handshake.
He meets it. His hand is like kind of cold and dry.
Oh.
Not the best handshake you've ever had, but he just like nods and smiles. Anything for fellow guild members, eh? And he goes back to help the old fellow out.
I just kind of
Little
squat down
point
to
of order.
Yes.
Does the guild have a secret handshake?
I do not feel as though it would have had time to establish one, but I imagine one could be established.
I love that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I squat down beside you, Morgana.
As you squat down, I literally like grab your shoulders and I shake you a little bit, and I look kind of crazy, but I also look like crazy and like I look like crazy smart. You know what I mean? Like where I'm just like I've done it. You know? I look like Albert Einstein in the moment, and I'm just like I'm like I think I figured it out.
What? What are you
How to
talking
help.
about? What's it?
That I was able to slow the Greater Restoration. But I'm about 98% sure that if we were able to call upon Oliver to help us, I say this quieter.
Okay.
If we were able to call upon Oliver to help us, we might be able to reverse the effects completely.
Okay. Well, how okay is he right now?
Oliver.
he's obviously been slowed. I kind of point to him and point out like how his back has stood up straight.
He like
He
stretches
looks a
his
little bit better.
arms and starts looking around for like where his bow is. Like where's my gear? Where's my kit that I always have with me?
Well, I mean,
Huh.
how okay is he? Is he fine enough, or is it going to get worse? What isn't
Don't
he,
know.
is he done? Okay,
I don't know. Ideal.
I don't know. Oh
Go
wait,
for
that's
it.
not his voice. I don't know what you did, but I do feel a bit more myself. If this is what myself feels like typically, not that bad, I would admit. He like gets up on his feet and stretches and kind of uh, does like archery calisthenics for a second, and then looks around and finds where his longbow is had and puts it on his back. Oh, much improved.
Olron,
Yes,
you remember both of us, correct?
I recall Morgana here. I don't believe we've made an acquaintance before, but obviously you know me. Lovely to meet you, Miss
Pam.
Pam. He like gives a bow.
I give a bow back.
Mm.
Do you remember who you came here with?
Morgana. And
Originally.
I'm Ramu.
Okay, to the city. Do you remember who you came here with originally to the city? Before Morgana, before Ramu.
I'm afraid this is the first time I've had the chance to be here, and it seems to be, based on current circumstances, a bit of a bad timing.
I grab Morgana's shoulders and I'm like, do something! Do something! And suddenly I look crazy.
Well, I could try it. I
He
just
doesn't remember
don't know if
her!
it's going to
He
work.
doesn't. And like covering my mouth. He doesn't remember her! Should
Yeah.
I? Okay.
I
Oron.
feel like we might need to try and cast something.
Hey, Oron?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Do you remember Iris?
You see his face kind of like, he squints and his forehead like contorts, and it takes a good 10 seconds, but then he kind of shakes his head and goes, "Mm, I, 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 I don't believe so, but, lovely name."
It is for a lovely girl. Okay. Morgana.
Mhm.
I talked to Iris about this. Can Oron hear us?
And unless you literally just say the words aside or quietly, and I will be
Sidebar.
fine.
Sidebar.
Okay.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I talked to Iris about this, about the idea of us fixing him with our stupid, crazy magic, okay?
Mhm.
She didn't say yes or no. She said it was up to us. But she just said not to make things worse and to watch out for him. So I made
Well,
things worse with this stupid, crazy magic of ours, okay? I did that. I made him this with the best intentions possible, okay? So it could go horribly wrong. It could be way worse than it is currently. Um, it's bad right now because he doesn't even remember her, but Iris didn't give. She left it up to us, and I don't know if that's a good thing. But either way, I don't know if we should leave him.
okay. I don't know if this is too. I'm also still doing an aside, but if you, if I guess actually outside of the game really fast, does Vorgana slash Veronica understand how like the chaos and the Oliver rolls work, or would it be more like it's just a vague kind of thing that kind of all gets umbrellaed over experimental magic?
Um. Hmm. Well, since you asked,
Mm-hmm.
um, since you were asked, and you are thinking as Veronica, trying to understand this magic, this is a roll I'll tell you to make that does not count towards your Oliver roll. It's just you thinking as
Okay.
Veronica, which is a thing you can do.
Okay.
Roll a
Cool.
understand roll, which you get a +1 to Veronica.
Oh, nice. An understand roll?
Uh-huh. So go ahead and roll 1d6 +1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. So could you repeat your question for me? I want to make sure I answer it well.
So Morgana / Veronica is wondering if they understand the divisive, like that the Chaos Roll magic and the Oliver Roll magic are two separate entities.
Okay.
And how that would work in tandem with what Pam did, because from what I recall, like, never mind. I'll just ask it like that,
Okay.
because I'm gonna ask Pam if I know.
Okay. The Oliver roll magic and the Chaos roll magic, quote unquote, are two different things that come from the same source. You are accessing them by being Veronica, not by being Morgana.
Mm,
They are not the same. They are using the same kind of energy in two different ways. One is somewhat more thought out with the Oliver rolls, where you're directly trying to influence something to change or be different, versus the Chaos roll is just almost like a burst of no, again. Um, and you also know that this is something you realized before that you remember. Uh, Oliver rolls can be. It seems like you each get one regularly. You know that they can be like shared between people who know that they exist, if one other person is willing to give them up. So
okay.
they can affect each other, but they're not the same, and they're from the same like power source.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think I have all the information I need then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
So Morgana goes, okay, what I want to do right now is use. I understand what you were saying earlier about, you know, figuring out, but I really do think that we should use power of Oliver if we can to fully heal him. And I'm not sure if you can transfer or I guess I would know this. You might be able to help me transfer your power Oliver roll, and we might be able, what I did with the Greater Restoration, to be able to fully bring him back.
Okay.
Think it's worth a shot. Because we
So
really have to mess up in order to this not to work.
so is me helping somehow better?
Yes, definitely.
You're sure?
I really do think that this would work if we both try it.
I trust you, B.
Okay. Then I guess we should get ready. Talk to him again and just say we need to try to get a restoration again.
Should we
Maybe.
should we go somewhere else? I don't know.
Mm,
Guess if so, I mean we don't want to use this magic in front of all these people, right?
yeah.
As you
Okay.
guys have kind of left him to his own devices, he has like started to pick up his like pack and things, and is like preparing himself. He's almost looking around, like assessing the situation of like, where would I be as usual. Perhaps that kind of thing.
Hey, Oron,
Yes, Miss Pam. How may I help you?
I know you just met me, but you know Morgana to a degree.
I do. He saved my life.
Do you trust him to maybe help you even more?
Well, he did just make it so I could stand up straight again. I don't see why I wouldn't.
Okay.
Well,
Morgana,
if you would, can you come with us?
I suppose.
You
Where
you
will
just
we be going?
that is a good question.
where's his like little cart that we first met him in?
What are you speaking about?
Nothing. Let's just maybe go outside where it's
Yeah,
bright.
I say
Nobody
we
else
need
is
to.
Hmm, I have an
I
intense
want to
desire
cast.
to go to the woods, but yes.
You would like to go to the woods?
Let's go to the woods.
Okay.
I have an intense desire. Sorry.
Okay, so,
Let's go to the woods.
alright. As you lead him outside of the temple and pass around it, Ashoka, go ahead and make. How long has it been? It's been long enough that you've like worn off and you've just been sitting outside waiting for them to come out because you're like, Pam!
I'm so sorry, Ashok.
But you see them as they come around the edge of the temple with now stable looking Olram.
How dare you?
What did I do? I honestly have no idea.
You think I know?
You just ran away and freaked out when I'm not going to mention anything again around you.
Because doesn't matter. Whatever. Never mind.
You want to talk about what happened?
No, I'm suppressing it.
I do apologize. I don't believe we've met before. I am Olram.
What? I'm pretty sure we've met.
Shush, Ashoka. I just shake my head.
What? I know you. You know me. Your niece or something. We're close. Your dog.
Hey, Ashoka, look, it's Shock.
Okay, I see Jacques all the time. I'm not a fan of him.
Oh, that is quite a strange creature. Do all boats fly here? What a strange
No. I'm not done yet. Yeah, I find it kind of rude. You're acting like you don't know me.
He's your brother.
I kind of think that we should talk about this. I don't think what's her name? Osiris. I don't think. Iris.
Morgana, please do something about him.
That's it.
Why?
You look better.
Why are you doing this
pretty
right
bad
now,
before. What was I talking about?
Ashoka, do you want to help us with Oron really fast?
Okay, with what? Why would I want to help him? He acts like he doesn't remember me.
He doesn't.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
It's been a rather trying time.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
We're gonna
I
go
guess
help
you're the
him
only one
remember.
with problems. What am I doing?
We're gonna go help him remember. You don't have to come with us, but I wanted to ask.
Wait, me?
But that's what we're doing.
Wait, where are you going?
Yes. We're going to the woods.
Okay, do you think Sophia is there?
Yes. Okay, Sophia is there.
Do you know what Sophia means? It's Greek for wisdom.
Okay, let's all go to the woods. Come on.
Alright, and as you guys head off in the general direction of to the woods, we'll cut over to what?
I need to talk to Rain again. What river? Whose river? Okay.
We're gonna cut to. Oh my gosh. See, what they don't tell you, kids, is sometimes that when you put plot hooks in a D&D game, your party will want to respond to all of them at the same time.
Absolutely.
I think it's just me.
We definitely. I'm learning that we need to be railroaded, like hard.
Speaking of Darius, Rendor, Vincent, and Gregnut.
Hello. Hello.
On your way
We're
to
over here in City Center.
Yeah. On your way to City Center, Gregnut and Rendor, on the way there, you kind of catch glimpses on the street of a few folks from Excelsior kind of making their way, looking like they're making runs throughout the city, getting supplies and different things. Rendor, you actually see Ophelia leading a few of the orphans back to the orphanage before you make your way fully to city center. As you guys arrive, you look up and you see city center is completely changed. Even in the nighttime since you guys came here last after visiting the temple, things are still destroyed. But the biggest thing that you notice is the new reformed Spine of the Wilds that makes its way up and through the city center. What was once this almost cathedral-like structure, broken through with a massive, massive tree that could almost block out the sun. But right now, the sun is actually exposing along the spine of the tree the strange elements that comes with it, and that it's not just a tree. It's fortified and built up by elements of stone and almost like a vine wrapping around it, this thick metal structure as if it's meant to reinforce it from the ground up. And Vincent, you just kind of stand there, look at it for a moment, and then realize, hey, I kind of did that. Yeah.
Aww.
So, what would you like to do?
Quick question: does my voice sound better? I'm using my computer now.
You sound great.
Sounds
It
great.
does.
Awesome. Okay, just check. Darius, where did you last see the flying carpet?
I think I was starting up that east stairway that we were shuffling all the people out. It's up at the second floor, but they were getting down because there's rubble and stuff they could crawl down with.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to look over in that stairway.
Lead the way.
I'm going to turn on my orb of light with my cane, or whatever it's called.
Your staff.
For some light.
Mm-hmm.
And walk through the rubble and go.
Okay.
Come here, flying carpet. Where are you?
Everybody who wishes to can make investigation checks. Yes, Vincent?
I
didn't see anything.
It was me.
Oh, sorry.
So, is flying carpet is that a name for a pet that you have?
No, we have an actual flying carpet. I know it sounds crazy, but
Nice.
Well, I guess given what I've seen lately, that falls within the scope of magic. Is weird.
Yeah, I've been finding that out recently too. Not much of a magic user myself.
Okay. Okay, so Vincent and Darius. Rendor, you're a little bit too overwhelmed just by... You haven't seen too much of what the city center looked like before this whole thing, so to see it all destroyed is a little bit overwhelming. You're kind of just caught up looking around everywhere without necessarily digging through the individual pieces of rubble. Darius, you're doing decently looking through the different areas, but you're not necessarily strong enough to lift everything that you need to do. But Harrison, dear old Vincent, is able to, at Darius's behest, go up slightly north and to the east atop of some of the stairs up there, and within a couple minutes you're able to see almost like a kicking golden tassel underneath a large piece of rubble, and with with a few good tugs you're able to send the flying carpet shaking itself out above you.
Awesome.
Good, buddy. I pat the magic carpet on the back.
It is soft and covered in dirt.
Awesome.
So
we
climb on
ride?
And let's go. Yeah.
I know. Should we meet them at the temple or should we go back to the docks?
Oh, I don't know. Do I have a sending stone? No, I don't.
No.
It's Iris and...
If I may.
What's up, Greg Nut?
Knowing our companions, I think it's most likely that in their character, they would definitely be at the docks. Not distracted doing something else.
Sounds like the opposite of what they'd be doing, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay, I trust you, Vincent.
Well, let's fly back to the temple and see what they're doing, and go from there.
So this actually bears you. This you ride these.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a flying carpet.
Oh.
It's a brand new world.
Oh, okay.
Greg, what was your
Yes.
perception check earlier?
You mean the one I didn't make?
No, you had a +3.
Oh,
Hold on. I'm checking. I know that you had a +3 because I wrote down the initial of your name as a positive response to the check. Okay.
I don't remember.
Oh, that's a good question.
I didn't ask you a question.
No, I was looking at the. Greg, do you want to roll? How many people are at their table today? There's me. Roll 1d7, Greg, to see how many voices you have in your head today, besides the usual ones.
Okay, /roll 1d7.
Okay,
Whoa.
so you can hear everybody but one of us. Who can't you hear?
Wow.
I don't want to make this choice.
Wait, does the 7 include Nick?
Yeah.
What?
Oh. That's kind of
I can't dismiss
an
Nick.
interesting choice.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say.
Nick, tell Greg not to choose me.
Okay, I choose. Wait,
You didn't. Nick, tell Greg
Oh,
not
Greg
to
Nut,
choose me.
yes, Nick. Choose to not recognize or to not hear Max. Okay, Nick, thank you for your input.
Awesome.
So Max just said thank you. Okay, Max.
Thank you.
Max,
Yes.
Greg Nut said thank you.
Okay, cool. Tell him thank you back.
Okay, Greg Nut, yes. He said thank you. Okay, I'm sorry, Max, but because you volunteered, I will choose to not hear my good friend Max.
Oh.
Tell him it's okay.
But we can still hang out later, though, right?
Greg,
Yes.
he says it's
Nick,
okay.
tell him yes.
He said yes.
Thanks, Granny.
Wait.
And Nick.
Okay.
Okay, so, Greg, you can tell me whether you think that you find your mammoth now or whether you already had her back at the docks.
I'll just say she's hanging out by the docks. Someone's
Okay.
got to stay.
Okay.
Oh.
That's true. She's there guarding Maud, who is very nervous.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nick! Why would you keep dragging our NPCs here and then forgetting them? Wow.
You don't say. Okay, so you guys all hop on the magic carpet?
Can I fit? Or am I too muscular?
What was that, Rendor?
With trepidation.
With trepidation. Rendor, you step on the carpet like by yourself at first, and you like raise up a little bit, and you step off. You're like, no. But Darius just sits on it. Vincent is fine. Gregnut, I will say, the carpet can hold up to 4 people because you are officially part of the party. You get on it, it dips a little bit, but it carries you.
Alright, good. Thanks, carpet.
Mm-hmm. Who's leading the carpet, and where are you going?
I'm
Going
leading
to the temple.
carpet. I'm leading the carpet, and we're going to the temple.
Hooray.
Okay.
We're going to the temple.
Door's on the carpet, right?
Everybody. You,
Yeah.
me, and Greg Nut.
Okay.
And Rendor.
Just wanted
And
to make
Rendor.
sure.
Oh,
And-
and Rendor.
Does
Sorry.
Rendor require convincing?
Come on, Rendor. Let's go.
If you need to hold on to us, that's fine.
Alright. I climb on,
Mhm.
but I have Featherfall very ready.
Okay.
Smart boy.
Okay. If you guys care to, you can make another perception check as you're flying over the city, just to see if you see anybody else on the ground.
Perception?
Yes. Vincent, do you still need me to roll for you, or are you good? Oh, you're good.
No, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Rendor and Gregnut, if you wish to. Gregnut, do you remember your perception bonus?
3.
Good boy.
I already did.
I didn't see yours. Oh, I'm blind. Sorry. Okay. Okay.
Good job, Greggy.
Thanks.
Vincent, you don't see much. You're kind of looking out over the horizon because a little part of you is finally excited to be leaving this place. You're like, the tree was good. I'm kind of done here now. Rendor, looking down, you can kind of see a little ways off, back in the district where the quote-unquote uh, House of Chances. You can see a brief flash of red disappear into that, and you're like, okay, and decidedly stop looking at the ground. Darius, as
Yes.
you approach the temple, you can see in the turret that has the telescope, you can see a small congregation of the people who the previous leaders, Ryza and Nomas, Rhineforth, and Ramu talking up there kind of quietly to themselves.
Cool. I go, breaker, breaker. I'm going to buzz the tower.
Aw.
So is somebody going to tell me negatory, the pattern's full? I just cruise around by the tower and say, good evening, gentlemen. Have you seen my friends?
Darius, must you always make an entrance?
Only when I can.
Aw.
I believe that they were entered into the temple a little bit ago. I have not quite seen them since. We've been in a intense discussion.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. We'll see you later.
Behave yourselves.
In contact, Ramu. I like to look at him.
Yeah, I'm sure that we will be. Alright. He waves you on as you continue down. Even though it admittedly would have taken much longer. What you guys did inside versus what they did to us. We can say that as you guys are starting to walk off to the woods, Olron starts to head out a little bit on your own because you guys spot the magic carpet carrying the rest of your party as you land. Or rather, hover above them. I'm not going to dictate anyway.
Is Olron doing better? I kind of like
Hey,
walk up
guys,
to
what
him.
you doing?
Sidebar with you guys. Rendor, get out of here.
Us guys?
Vincent, you can see that Olron is like walking straight ahead. He like stops when he realizes the rest of them have stopped.
Morgana, you watch Olron. I'm gonna sidebar with these guys, except for Rendor. Rendor, get out of here.
Sounds good.
Oh,
I can
how
watch
rude.
Rendor, too.
Sidebar with, I guess Gregnet can stay. Can Gregnet stay?
Rendor,
Greg can stay.
as you guys break off and leave Rendor behind, Olron approaches you. Rendor introduces himself again.
Hooray.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Olron, and we were heading to the woods. No, that seems to have stopped.
1 second, Olron. Okay, sidebar.
I think they're having their own conversation. You don't need to tell them to stop talking.
Where's Iris?
I will tell you right now, okay?
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. So, Vincent, to answer your question, he is better, but he still doesn't remember anything. He doesn't even know who Iris is. So,
That doesn't sound better.
no, but physically, he feels better, which is good.
Oh wait, so I shouldn't have been mentioning Iris?
No.
Why
what
didn't you say something?
Okay, what else?
Just like we're gonna manage to heal him a little bit, it's improvements, but Morgana feels very confident that he can fix Oron to how he was, back to how he was, with the magic of this universe only we can use, apparently.
What? Wait, what doesn't he remember?
He doesn't remember meeting me originally. He doesn't remember you. He doesn't remember Iris. He doesn't remember anything. He remembers being rescued from... He remembers you guys being rescuing him from hell. That seems to be where he remembers. And then he has, like, weird instincts of fighting, I guess, from what I've noticed. But I don't know how... He doesn't remember Iris at all. So I don't think he remembers anything about his life before hell. And
Where's Iris?
Huh?
Where's Iris?
Oh,
Yeah.
Iris is off doing oracle things. She left Olron in our hands.
What exactly do oracle things entail? Sorry.
Yeah, what do you mean?
What? Sorry.
You mean, what are oracle things?
I don't know. We can all talk to her after things settle down. After we figure out things with Olron, we can all sit down and talk to Iris if that's what you guys want. She has no qualms with that, but she's doing her own thing right now. I don't know what that means exactly, but we can ask her. But for now, we have to figure out what's going on with Olron. But as I told Darius already,
What did you tell me?
She's doing whatever she's doing right now because she cares about us, okay? It's not because she doesn't care. She's not here right now because she cares.
Okay, hear me out. Wouldn't it just hurt both of them more if we tried to restore Olron's memory? Feel like Iris is doing her own thing, and it's kind of beyond our control. And Olron seems pretty happy walking into the woods with no real goal.
I don't disagree with you.
What?
But
You guys are honestly thinking that we should deprive a living being of his natural right to his memories because, like, oh, let's spare him some feelings. Ooh.
Okay,
Okay,
then
he
we
can
should.
turn out some Black Veil Brides and he can get over it.
Then we should. No, wait.
But he deserves his memories. You
Okay.
frauds.
Then we should tell him that he's missing his memories.
That's what I was trying to do.
I was gonna.
In my own charming way.
Morgana and I were gonna get there, but the reason why I want to do this is because Morgana feels very strongly about it, and
About what? Giving his memories from him?
No, giving them back to him. He agrees with you.
Good.
So I feel like
the fact that you thought it was a good idea to not do that in the beginning.
I didn't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't want to make things worse. Okay.
I've lost a lot of respect for you.
Shoka, I lost so much respect for you the moment
You never had it though. That's the difference.
No, it was there for
That's fair.
Really?
I've never respected you, Ahsoka.
Thank you.
Okay. Wait,
You're my
which one
best
is
friend.
it?
I've respected
Yes.
you before, but you're driving me crazy.
Before.
Can we just please figure out where the heck Iris is so we can get on with this?
Darius, she's not coming with us right now. Okay? We need
Why not?
Olron.
Why wouldn't she tell me that? Is she gonna break my heart?
Yes. She wanted it to come from me so it hurt less.
Well then why are you teasing me like this?
I'm not trying to. I told
Okay. Okay, let's just keep going. We've done our sidebar. Let's walk Olron to the woods, wherever he's going.
Hold on. Olron and Rendor.
And then I said, "No, that's not where you keep it."
That's a great one.
Quite charming. I'm not surprised that you are that after. What is the word for it? A bard of sorts?
Working on it, stretching my abilities, trying to learn some new things. You know, originally I was a gladiator.
Really? That is most fascinating.
Yeah, pays well. As long as there's a health potion around, you can usually get up and go the next day.
That much I know to be true. Which do you prefer? The performance or the, shall we say, bloody stew?
If I'll be honest with you, get like a hushed voice. It really all is just a performance. It's all fake.
That is quite the way of looking at it. I admire your gumption to admit so.
I mean, we have dulled blades, and sometimes the crowd wants to see blood, but your partner's pretty good at knowing where to cut and how to cut so as not to produce lasting or severe damage. It still looks good. But yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I haven't talked to anyone like this in a long time.
You hear him saying this?
Yeah.
No, you're having your own conversation. This is happening while
Okay.
you all are talking about your important
All right,
stuff.
just checking.
Darn.
But, well, I'm surprised you would leave such a life behind, but to each their own, as they say. Everyone must leave certain things behind at certain times, it would seem.
Yeah, like Iris. Remember Iris?
Are you happy with your choice?
If I'm honest with you, it wasn't really a choice.
Or, I, I vastly apologize. Do you hope
Oh.
to go back someday?
I hope not. Maybe after the leadership changes. I've been offensive, and I've offended some unsavory folk, let's say.
Well, I do understand such. But returning to one's home after a battle or after a change in leadership can be quite important. Of all the things a person has, their home is perhaps the most important. He looks at the lens and goes, though perhaps you have yet to find yours, if you were so easily chased away. Not that I'm saying you were, but do you understand?
Yes.
Are you gonna make a deception check?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Please do.
modifier. Deception. Okay, that's a +3.
Hey guys, what you talking about?
Wow.
All around kind of
Well-
chuckles and then claps you on the shoulder. It's
Oh.
quite alright. Sometimes a home is worth fighting for, and sometimes a home is what you find you've been fighting for, but didn't know it. And then he lets you go on the shoulder.
I'm literally lost for words at that statement.
Okay. When you're, if you ever go to war for the place that you live, then you will understand. And then he looks back over his shoulder and sees that you guys are trying to stare at him. Do you often have trouble deciding what conversation you want to be in, or is that just now that
Yeah.
I'm here?
No, that's kind of us most of the time.
What is it you wish to do with me?
Okay, Olron. There's a lot of people around.
I just would like to completely heal you, but I need more of a space to be able to do that.
More of a secluded space, maybe, away from Rendor.
How much more can I be healed? I mean, if I were not healed, could I do this? Hold on, let me do an acrobatics check.
Are we gonna tell him that he's missing his memories?
I don't know. I don't know what we should do.
Yes.
He
I don't know if that's
does.
a good
Yes,
idea,
we
but
are.
He
you
does
guys also
it.
didn't discuss it with me.
He does a cartwheel and then a front flip.
Oh, yay!
Maybe he's fine.
That was incredibly
You
impressive.
guys ready to go?
Oh my god.
I just turned to everyone and I'm like, let's go.
No,
That
no.
was interesting. Wait until I get to those trees. You should see how I can move through them. Walking on the ground is almost a second language to me. Moving through the trees. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you're not going to want to be doing a lot of moving at all once you tell you about your lost memory.
Okay, sidebar again.
I
sold him.
How are you on a boat?
Wait, what?
I admit I do not know. It is not my strong suit, but it would be an interesting challenge.
Cool.
So Oran, how have you felt like you've been losing? Have you felt like you haven't been remembering things lately?
His face kind of
Have you
squints.
forgotten that too?
Well, I admit I do not remember things in perfect detail, but decades in prison will do that to you. Things sort of blend together.
Decades in a prison?
Yes.
I don't. You weren't. Wait.
It may have been decades to him.
I remember
Guess
parts
so.
of my youth, and I remember the War of Orleans and Bond. And I
Remember how you got to the prison?
He's in.
I'm just like starting to sweat.
We need to bring this up to him. There's no better time than now.
You watch as his face kind of contorts and wrinkles in on itself, and he starts to try and think about it. And the more that he tries to think, the angrier and more frustrated and a little bit scared he gets. And it compounds like once, twice, 3 times.
The lady.
No, don't make me try to remember things. And he's like holding the sides of his head.
Aw.
So you don't want to remember then? I nudge
No,
Ahsoka
I'd
on
rather
the arm.
not.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
What?
I'm gonna make her remember.
He just said he doesn't want to remember.
That's too bad.
Well, he needs to remember Iris.
No.
He needs to.
Rendor, you see the party that you've just made friends with now also. Make an intelligence check, Rendor.
Straight intelligence.
Tell Rendor, are we not telling him for a reason?
Not telling who. What?
Yeah, just straight
Sure.
intelligence.
Straight intelligence. All right.
This is like the third time you've seen some like shady, someone is suddenly hurt because these guys are around kind of thing. Either there's something in the like air in Portwind, or something is like up. You're not sure what or why, but yeah.
Can I talk to Greg Knight, me as the player?
Yes, he can always hear us.
Hey, Greg Knight.
Hey,
It's me, your old friend Nat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go bring?
How's honey?
Huh? Oh, she's fine.
How's honey?
Honey's
Okay, it's
good.
good.
Honey's
good
good.
after the surgery.
Huh?
Good after the surgery.
She's doing better.
Okay, that's
Aww.
Thanks for asking, buddy.
He's a good friend.
Of course.
It's the greatest.
I want to talk to you eventually about your stupid cousin, but we'll talk about that later, okay?
Oh man, Donut's the best.
No, he's not. You're better. You are superior than him in every way.
No, you're
Cody here. Donut is, I love you, Greg Nut, but you gotta know, Donut is just superior in every shape and fashion.
We're doing this literally just to aggravate me. I know it.
Oh my god.
Everybody calm down. Let Natalie ask her question. Hi, Greg, then it's me, Granny, the one who makes things go. Go ahead. Go ahead, hon. What were you going to ask?
So, Gregna, I was wondering if maybe you want to pull Rendor aside and just talk to him out of earshot from everything else that's going on.
Wow, I did not consider you could do this.
Okay. I'll do it.
I'm going to mechanize him for you.
Okay, I'll do it for Oliver, and he goes away.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
How does he know who Oliver is?
Gregna, you don't know who Oliver is.
I don't know who Oliver is, but I just like that name, and I decided I'll do it for somebody named Oliver.
Okay. Thanks, Gregna. If you could just do that, just don't let him hear anything what's going on here, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Randor. We're trying to protect him so he doesn't get hurt, okay?
Hey, Randor.
Oh, yes.
Can you teach me some battle moves?
Yes. Why, certainly, my friend. I'm so glad you asked.
I have my own little hammer. Can we make use of this?
I think we can. Let's start off with your swing. Show me what you got.
He just does a little, and it falls out of his hand. How's that?
Well, there's always a good place to start, and trying is half the battle.
Thanks, Ranger.
So you actually want to hold it like this, and I'd help him
Oh wow,
hold it properly.
you're incredible.
Why, thank you.
You
Sort
ever
us
ask
over
me to learn fighting tips? I see how it is.
Vincent, you had
Oh
to
no,
teach me how to
no,
use a
it's
sword.
okay. I understand. I
Wait,
understand. It's
wait.
alright.
Vincent,
My
I'm
goal is
so
to get
sorry.
Gregnut proficient with hammers.
Okay. Okay. I will say, since this is like a training exercise, it will require rolls between the two of you.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's
Um,
great.
go ahead and let me see what skill this would be. There's not like a teaching skill, so I will say,
Is there a hammer skill?
Rendor, you can hold on a second, Gregnan. You can roll either intelligence or charisma checks. Rendor, 3 of those.
Okay.
And then Gregnut, if you could roll, let's see, either also intelligence or you don't have a character sheet. Okay, either.
Danny, we will get this done, I promise.
I don't think that you have as big a bonus for intelligence. I think you have like a +1 or a +2. So you can do either intelligence or, let's see, what other skill would you learn with? Or athletics, but I'm pretty sure athletics you have like a -2 with.
Yeah.
So,
I'll do intelligence.
okay. So 3 of intelligence from you, and then 3 of either intelligence or charisma from you, Rendor. And
It's
you
the
can,
same modifier for both for me.
okay, you can, okay.
So do I just do 1d20 plus something?
Yes, go ahead and roll 1d20 plus 1 3 times.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Um, you get so close, Rendor, but at the very end, Gregnut like loses confidence. But you know that if you keep working with him, just like one more time, you need to give it a day, but you can make him proficient at actually using this hammer.
Oh, whoa.
All right, I see some potential in you, Gregnut. Let's take a break for today. But
Okay. I'm sorry if I failed you, Master.
no, this is learning. There shouldn't be any pressure here. The only direction we can go is improvement.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. It's like, you're a really good teacher. Have you ever taught before?
Yes.
It seems like it.
I don't know why that took me 20 seconds to process.
Thanks, Ranger. I'll keep practicing.
Excellent. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thanks.
Alright. So, in this time, Rendor is distracted if you guys wish to have mind-breaking conversations. So, what would you like to do?
So we're kind of having a sidebar with Organa, me, Darius, and Vincent. So
Yeah, sure.
of course, how could I forget? Vincent, you make very compelling arguments. Please continue what you were saying.
I mean, like, he literally just told us that if he had the chance to remember, he wouldn't want to.
But
I don't think there's any more convincing than that.
But he's saying that, not remembering he has Iris in his life.
Exactly.
If he remembered he had Iris in his life, he'd be like, oh no, I would absolutely want to remember, no matter how painful it might be.
This is just blissful
Well,
ignorance, which isn't living.
just to say they won't meet again, and I don't know if we should force that to happen. I don't typically believe in destiny and all that stuff, but like, if there is such a thing, then I think it's gonna happen on its own, and if we push it, we might just make things worse.
Okay, hear me out.
Much
What
damage
if
here.
what if we go the avenue that you are suggesting, and then they do meet up again, and then once that happens, Elrond is like, oh, I hate you all forever. How could you do this to me? Let me live this way.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, how would that affect Iris if he comes over and says, Goody. My name's Oldoran. Nice to meet you.
Didn't she say that, or didn't Pam tell us that she said it's kind of up to us whether we even try to fix him to begin with?
Yeah, she said just to watch out for him and keep him safe and don't make things worse. And right now this is not good, but it's better, I guess.
Take the black
And if
pill,
they do
Olran.
meet again, maybe she can fix him. If that's what she wants to do.
I don't think she has that power. She can see things and she can feel things, but I don't know if she has the power to fix things like how fix or destroy things like how we do.
Okay, hey. How about
If
this? How
it's
about
really what
Alright,
she wants to
okay.
do, then she'll find someone to
I'm
help
done
her.
debating.
wait.
I'm just gonna make an I'm just
Sis,
gonna do an
sis,
action.
Ashoka
sis, hang
has
on.
something to say.
Hang on. Okay. So, Vincent, I completely see where you're coming from, but what if we kind of go both directions? What if we just kind of let him know, hey, there's someone in your life that is important to you. Do you want to remember them or not?
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Who thinks that's a logical step?
I agree. I think
Yeah.
if we give him the option.
I can't believe I'm saying this. But I agree.
Yeah. Wait. You agree with who?
That's awesome.
Who do you agree with?
I agree with you.
And Pam, can you say that what he just said?
Say
Yes,
what?
I agree with you.
Say that you agree with who?
I agree with who? You.
With who?
Yeah, Pam, go ahead and
I agree
say.
with Darius. So
Okay, wait, no,
It wasn't Darius's idea. Just
I agree
no.
with Darius saying that he agrees with somebody else. So that's enough for me.
I actually I know I'm in the minority here, but I actually don't agree with all of you guys.
Wait, what?
I think we shouldn't give him the because here's the thing. He's obviously going to make the choice that he doesn't want to remember anything.
Really?
We
I
we
think
can ask him.
But if we specifically ask him the question, do you want to remember someone very, very important to you? Not do you want to remember everything? That's the
Yeah,
question.
okay. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm trying to give Elron
I
as
blinked
much
out of
choice as
rage for a second.
possible.
All right, so everybody's agreed. Let's
Were you
go
holding
ask
your
him.
breath like Ashoka was?
Yes.
All
I
right,
was
I
all
vote.
red. You just see my face is all red.
I did. It was more like purple.
Yeah.
I
No,
vote.
well, agreed to
I vote
disagree.
Pam explains this, or Darius, one of you two.
I think Darius is probably the best talker out of all of us. I could barely get someone to help me
I have extremely good.
heal him the first time.
I have extremely good charisma.
Yeah.
I
What's your charisma, Darius?
terrible critic.
-1,
I mean,
so no.
Oh no.
to
Yeah. All right,
convince him
Pam.
of something, though. Are we trying to
And
convince
since
him, or are we asking his opinion?
I think we should ask him his opinion, and
And then try to
since
convince him.
Pam was the last person to talk to Iris, because she wouldn't talk to me, I think Pam should ask him.
That's fair.
Me, the player, Natalie, my heart is broken by him saying that. Anyway, okay.
Don't try to persuade him. Just ask him
Okay.
straight up.
Okay. I'm just like, give me space. Give me space. Okay. Roll up my sleeves of my poncho, if that's possible, and I walk over to Elron, and I'm like, hey, Elron. So I know that we just met, kind of.
Yes, indeed.
And I know that things are kind of fuzzy right now. Yeah.
Well, things are in fact much improved after that little ritual your friend did.
Right. That's good.
Longing for the trees.
Okay. Why the trees, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I imagine in all honesty it's longing for home that is somewhat misplaced.
Do you remember anything about home?
So I remember the war when I was a youth in the wooded areas of Benjenbond before things were developed and we had that war with magic users. I do not remember the full context of what happened after.
Okay. Well, what if? Okay, wait. Sidebar, real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back. I just run back over to them and I'm like, guys, what if we give him just his memory of Iris, if that's possible, and nothing
Yeah,
else?
That's possible, then
That's fine.
sure.
Okay, I'll be back then.
Wait. Is that really cool?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think.
Let me just
No,
ask him.
wait. We should just be like, hey, man, you have lost memories, including one of a very important person. Do you want them? Yes or no? Whatever his decision is, that's his
I agree
choice.
with the Shoka because, like, I think
Wow,
Iris is going to
twice
be the
in one
most
day.
troubling one to him. I know.
Wait,
Crazy,
what?
right?
What?
Twice in one day, he had a good idea.
It's a miracle.
Okay, maybe mentioning the whale. Never mind.
Oh,
Stop it, Pam. Stop.
the terrorist, the white demon.
Stop. Okay, so what am I asking him? If he just if he wants all of his memories back, including one of someone that's really important to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Be right back.
Don't get cold feet. Coward.
Hi, Laurent. I'm back.
Did you just run like 2 feet away?
Yeah, basically. You're quite a peculiar bunch.
I'm sorry. I know.
It's not a bad thing. It's merely I've never been a part of such a close-knit group. It's rather fascinating to watch.
You can stay with us if you'd like.
Do you
That's not what
suppose?
you're supposed to be asking him.
No.
Do you suppose you would have much use of a long bowman on a wherever it is you are?
Okay, sidebar, Pam.
I'm
Oh my
not
God.
gonna say anything. Shush. Before we get to that, Laurent, I want to ask you something. I can't believe that's it. Okay. Okay. Can I ask you something? Something kind of serious and important.
Alright.
So, I want to tell you that you're missing a lot of memories.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
That's probably not that hard to believe, but one of these memories is of someone vitally important to you. I don't know if I can explain the way that she's important to you or what she means to you exactly, because I'm not even sure. But knowing her and knowing you, I know that you probably need each other. And I was just wondering if you wanted the option of remembering her and remembering everything. And I know that's a really weird thing to ask because you don't remember her, but if you trust us and you trust Morgana, you can trust us to help.
Roll a persuasion check.
Whoa! Chaos roll!
No.
Chaos roll! Chaos roll!
Oh, do not use it. Oh God, I can't.
Chaos roll!
Okay.
How was the natural one?
Okay. Go ahead. You can roll a d6.
God. This could
Oh my god!
Your roll becomes a critical failure.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Listen, I appreciate the kindnesses you and your friends have shown me, but I'm afraid I do have most of my memories, and the reason I don't like to think about them is they're honestly not that pleasant. If that's what you wish to return more to,
What if
more
I
to
give
me.
you just the one?
He's slowly backing away. He's like, no.
Can someone give me their chaos roll?
He's made his choice.
No, this is not how it's supposed
I
to
don't
be.
want to tempt fate in you anymore.
Listen, I appreciate. I've only just met you people, and you've done me a great service, but you're trying to rewrite. What I don't even understand what you're trying to do. You're saying I have memories that I don't have, and listen, most of my life was spent in a war or in a prison in a level of hell. So,
It's just not true though.
so whatever is ahead of me now is going to be much brighter than whatever it is I left behind. And I don't understand why it is that you're trying to bring me back up. So, thank you for whatever it is you're offering, and thank you for asking about the ship, but I think it's best that I find a home worth
You
fighting for.
have one though.
Put my hand on Pam's shoulder. I'm like, he's made his choice.
I just turn around and walk away.
Good day to you, and we're gonna
Yes,
be safe as you go on your way.
you as well. Thank you
He,
for everything.
he kind of smiles, gives
Wait a
you
minute. Wait a minute.
a deep bow. Yes? Hello there. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. I'm Oron.
Yes, please, Darius.
Well, all around, yes, we have met. We've met quite 2 or 3 times now.
I'm afraid I don't
And
quite recall you.
okay, well, my name is Darius.
Hello, Darius.
How's it going? I hear that you want to forget the memories, and I can understand that. But I don't want to leave. I don't want you to leave our lives. I want you to at least join with us and come with us, and by and by, we will be the home you want to fight for.
Hmm.
Okay,
Make
I think we should talk about this.
make a persuasion check. And I will say, okay, make a persuasion check.
Can I help him?
If you want to give him advantage, speak up and say something to
Yeah.
convince Oberon.
I also put my hand on him and I say, it might be best for you to come with us.
Okay. Darius, you can roll the persuasion check with advantage.
Nice.
Perhaps so, but if I may have one condition,
What is that?
I don't know who it was or what your friend was speaking of before, but I would ask that you allow me to be as I am now and find out what that means without attempting to force my past as it were. Then I will come with you.
You have my word.
Same. You have my word.
He reaches out and shakes both of your hands.
I shake his hand.
Mm-hmm.
As
Does
do
a
I.
little bow. Well then, what's all this about a ship?
We'll take it to you. Take you to it right now. We're headed there right now.
Alright. Alright, he waits for
Let's
you
go.
guys. Okay. Okay, now, because I'm gonna be nice, has everyone collected everything and everyone they need from the starter city.
Can I go back to the temple?
Why don't you ask your
Ready
partner?
to go.
Guys, wait.
ready to
come
go.
on.
Why
I'm
do you
ready to
wanna
go.
the
I'm.
temple? Wait a second. You guys said Sophia would be out here.
Who's
I'm go-
Sophia?
I'm I used Dash of the Wind.
Hey, Ashoka, who's Sophia?
Oh my god.
She's
You
my
mean-
wife.
You mean Ophelia?
No,
anyways.
I know he
Oh,
means Ophelia.
Her name's
so
her name's not Sophia. Me as Nick literally did not know that.
We know, Nick.
Okay, thanks.
How do you feel about that now, Ashoka? Do you still feel the same
What's
way?
Ophelia? What is this? Shakespeare? Let's go.
Okay.
all right, cool. I'm good to go.
You know you might
Good.
get tired of here. I imagine it would go.
You know what? At least I don't have
Ashoka?
at least I didn't lose my granddaughter.
Oh.
I don't think you're old enough to have a granddaughter.
You don't know me. I'm 1,000 years old.
Quite impressive.
Wouldn't be
I am only
surprised if old man
784
Ahsoka got
myself.
around.
Yeah.
You know what? Here, take a look at this.
Yeah.
I find the nearest piece of wood and I touch it.
Make a
Yeah.
I
wisdom
touch a
check.
tree. Oh, what?
Hey, Ashoka.
Get above a
Yes.
10.
Aw.
Hey,
What?
Ashoka. We agreed that he would come with us if we didn't try to force memories on him.
You're right.
So
That being
you
said, I will
you
stop
got it?
attaching memories to him, but I'm currently touching this tree.
well, you can touch the tree all you want.
He is touching the tree, and you watch as since that part of the energy in Ashoka's body leaves him, as he becomes a different variation of an old man. This one very, very squat. He's lost a lot of height. His ears are droopy. He's got wild hair that he like brushes up as if to add inches. And a patch of like beautiful wildflowers, the same shape that you had originally found in Melora's temple, bloom along the edge of the tree and down into the ground. Yes, you do have jowls, of course you do.
Sir, are you okay?
Who are you?
There's some necromantic magic.
Oh
I start looking into the
Do
trees.
you want to ride on my back?
Make an Arcana check, Rendor.
Okay.
Yes. Strangely,
So-
Rendor, this does not give you a headache. For some reason, this is normal. This is the part of it. You don't know
Oh,
what
no.
this is, Rendor.
I sling an arrow onto my short bow and I start aiming into the trees. Get behind me!
Make a couple of attack rolls.
Get behind me.
No,
Behind me! What's my attack
Rendar,
roll?
wait. Rendar, wait.
Oh,
Okay, so this is our friend Ashoka. He has several.
Ooh.
He
Who's
is a
Ashoka?
he is a monk, and he has a problem where every once in a while he'll change into some older gentleman
My
by
name
touching trees.
is Captain Ahab.
You hear
Oh,
a small
goodness.
ah! And watch as a bird
Oh no.
lands on the ground like 30 feet away.
Here we go. We have ourselves a sacrifice.
no.
Would you like to ride on
we
my back,
can-
old man?
Yeah. Wait. Let me see that back. Let me evaluate it.
Show him my
Alright.
back.
Okay. Okay.
I hate
It's
this.
firm.
I flex a little bit.
Oh, it's like a nice V shape. All right. Get me up there.
All right, I
And now you
pick
got
up
to
old
carry
man
the
Ashoka.
sacrifice too. We got to make our way to the sea so I can bring forth the white demon,
No.
and I can finally
Sacrifice.
slay it and take back my hand.
Find a different sacrifice. It's okay.
Okay. Well, if you
Hey,
say so.
old man.
Eh.
I'm just gonna ask. Do you know anything about a rain in a river?
Funny you should ask.
Well,
A rain in river. Is that what you
No.
said?
a rain and a river.
What's a rain?
Never mind.
You know, it rains, but I don't know what you mean by a single
Like-
rain.
Yeah, singular rain. What does that mean?
Never mind.
You see, my transportation here is even confused.
Your
Yeah,
horse?
no, I'm very confused.
My steed. I shall call him.
Joseph Maxwell Swanson.
Tally ho. Let's
Tally
go.
ho. That's a good name. Onward, Tally ho. To the
All
ocean.
right.
Okay. Does everyone have all they need before Rendor? I heard not.
I go and I grab the bird
Okay.
and that
It's actually like a weird hybrid. It's like a bird, but its skin is kind of leathery. You're not sure what's up with it. You have not hunted in Portland before.
is it dead?
It is fully dead. You got it right through its eye.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Well, I think I got lunch for us.
Oh.
My lost love Ophelia awaits me at the sea.
you remember Ophelia? Okay.
Yes, she's been eaten
Great.
by the whale.
Oh no.
I
I
must
don't
claim
think that's
vengeance.
true.
You don't know
That's-
anything, boy. You just move around, as I say.
Okay, sure.
Now here, eat some oats.
All right.
That's fine.
No, just shoving oats in
No,
his face. Eat the oats. I know you want them.
it's okay. I
I
don't need
made these
oats.
oats for you. You need strength.
Thank you. Put them in my bag of holding.
All right, I'm gonna put it on
I'll
your.
eat them later.
All right, don't forget.
Okay, I won't.
If I find you exhausted from my perpetual riding, I don't want you to be all like, oh, I'm tired. I didn't eat my oats. I want you to eat your oats.
I will. Thank
All
you.
right, all right.
You all make your way through the. Yes.
I didn't say anything.
Pam, did I hear something?
Oh, I was just saying that I can't.
Okay. As you all make your way through the city of Portwind, you kind of survey around you, looking at all the broken buildings and everything. But you do see some slight vestiges of life, starting to move back around. You do see those few members of Excelsior trying to get supplies for folks. You do see people disappearing into some of the buildings to try and collect things that were once theirs, or to make things that will now be everyone's together. And there is, you can see as you head off to the docks, you can see even from this distance the new height and strength of the spine in the center of the city. And it leaves you a little bit hopeful as you head back to your boat. Now I'm going to ask Anne to be nice. Is there anything else you need from Portland before you go?
Are we forgetting anything?
Sit on the ship and I don't say anything until we leave.
Oh, great.
I just tell everyone I'm ready to go. Whatever you guys need,
I have
I'm ready to
Rowan,
go.
right?
Rowan, yeah. You got
I have
Rowan earlier
I
at
have
some
Jacques.
point. You have Jacques,
I have the snake whose name I forgot.
Snick.
Sniff, correct. Sniff. I have both of my panthers.
You do not have both of your panthers. You have the one panther that came back to you.
Excuse me?
You have a panther, a dog, a snake,
I hear it.
and a woolly mammoth.
What happened to my second panther? Please somebody remind me.
It got kidnapped along with Vincent and did not get returned.
I will see you guys later. I will catch the next ship. I'm finding my other panther, so I'll see you later.
Pam, please.
No. I literally refuse to leave.
Pam?
No. I literally refuse. So I'll catch the next ship. I can go with the captain and what's his name, and we can meet up with you guys.
Pam, it's a panther. It can handle itself.
Nope.
Yes. Nope. Yes.
Sorry, not gonna do it.
Okay, then if we're going to the wilds, we might as well look for Nomi too.
Do what you want. I'm gonna go find my panther.
Artist, please say something.
You guys can leave without me. That's fine. I'm not leaving without my panther.
We're not gonna leave without you.
Can I use my Oliver roll to see if the panther will come here?
You can. What are you? Okay.
Why don't we all use all of our Oliver rolls to get the panther back?
Oliver rolls?
Oliver.
So you guys have all gotten back onto the ship. Rendor, where are you in relation to everybody else?
Just helping move supplies on and getting things set up.
Okay, so
I'm cooking the bird. There we go. I'm cooking the bird.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. What would that be? You know what? You can kick a bird. you can take a board. I will say that you're occupied though, so they're not going to bother you by doing this. What are you? Are you doing this as an act of will, Veronica? Something that's hopeful, based on some kind of a memory, based on some kind of a bond, based on some kind of curiosity, or by trying to understand?
Bond for Poncho, I guess.
I
Okay.
still hear that echo.
Okay.
It might be me, maybe. I don't know.
No, you're good. I think it's.
I don't hear it anymore. Okay. Go ahead and roll 1d6.
Oh God, please. I just want to leave everyone.
I literally like have my arms crossed, facing away from Vincent right now.
As you kind of think and consider, a few moments later, you hear like the sound of rapid claws on wood, like when a dog runs around a corner. And then a few seconds later, Pam, your second panther, runs up onto the ship. It looks like they've been a little bit gnarled up, but like launches onto you and knocks you onto the ground of the ship and starts like not dog kissing you, but like cat. You know when cats turn in a circle for a long time? That's doing that on top of you. It's kind of painful. It's a very large panther.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on my baby?
You cast Cure Wounds. It seems to take care of most of the surface level damage.
Okay, good.
What are the names? Okay. What are the names of all your animals?
Okay, so this one's name is Biz.
Biz.
The other one's name is Ness. And together they make business.
Okay.
I love it.
Thank you for appreciating. Okay, and then we have Jacques.
Mm-hmm.
Has an S at the end.
Okay.
I don't mean to be that person. Nick, correct. Flying Carpet is just Flying Carpet. It's not trying.
Debatable.
Come on. Flying Carpet is just Flying Carpet, and I think that's yeah.
See.
And then the mammoth, Gregnut.
Wait, is Greg not really bringing a mammoth onto the ship?
Or I'm sorry. My name. Their name is Joseph
Swanson, right?
Swanson.
Okay.
Joseph Maxwell Swanson, to be specific.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Gregnut.
They are great at art. They enjoy time with friends, and they have beautiful black hair.
Okay. Okay. So you got
That sounds like Joseph Maxwell Swanson to me.
Mhm. Okay. So you got your animals. You got Oron.
I just
Wait.
give I get up and I give Morgana a hug.
Wait a second.
Why? Wait, why? I say as you're hugging.
You brought my panther back.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to leave. But I returned the hug. I'm like, all right.
Gregnut approaches Pam. Hey, Pam.
Yes, Gregnut?
I don't want to be like a total burden, but I need my dog.
Okay. You need your dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your dog?
I don't know. Kronkadonk ate a bean, and then he disappeared.
Okay.
And it's been a few weeks.
Do you want me to try to bring your dog back?
Yeah.
Okay, bud.
I miss Kronkadonk.
Kronkadonk. Okay. What can I do? What can I do?
Well, Vorgana managed to bring your panther back. Can we just ask her to do that again?
Sure. Yeah. Ask
Nice.
who?
Right?
Ask who?
Vorgana.
You want Morgana to do it, or you want me to do it?
Well, who got your panther back?
Morgana.
It's kind of like looking around awkwardly.
Morgana, can you bring
Am I here?
You were just hugged by Pam a little bit ago. I don't know if you tried to wander off to go reacquaint yourself with the rest of the ship or to check in on that delicious smelling bird that Rendor is like slow roasting with herbs and thyme over like a pit.
I'm definitely like just like sitting by Rendor being like, this bird looks delicious. But then I hear my name and I get up and I walk over and I'm like,
Hey, Vagana,
Okay.
can you bring
yeah.
can you find Gregnut's dog Kronkadonk?
Well, I've already.
I'm kind of like behind Gregnut's back, and I'm just like raising my shoulders, like shaking my head. I have no idea, and I mouth that to Vagana.
Sorry. So I tell both of them. Sorry. I just can't look at Discord right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, alright.
Gosh dang it.
I don't know why. I think everyone laughing just like made my laughing like 5 times more. Than it needed to be. I'm gonna like scroll up though, so I don't have to see that picture. It's making me laugh. So
For context, I just put a picture of Old Man Ashoka into our group chat.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my god.
I'll be
I'm
right
gonna have
back.
to like say this while I'm not listening to my headphones and hearing everyone else laugh. Whew, okay. Whew, okay, so I talked to Greg Nut, and or how about this? I pull Pam aside and I say, I already used my chaos or Oliver roll today. I don't know if I want to use an Oliver or a chaos roll. Guys, I got through it. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
It's like moving around.
I'm dying.
This is
Okay.
growing exponentially big.
All I see is
I think Twitch is on Google right now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll use mine. It's okay. If Crocodile means that much to Gregna, then I got. You're just making
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Okay. I can use mine.
We should use that as like a flag to show where we're going. Like...
Okay.
Oh
Who was making it bigger? I just.
It's
Great.
I cannot believe this.
Okay, it's gone. Finish this very important sequence.
Okay.
Can we go now?
Arcade.
I know, I saw that.
What?
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
Okay, finish your sequence.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to say anything else?
No, you're fine.
I nod and I'm like, okay, awesome.
Okay, I'll use my Oliver roll to try to get Kronkadonk here.
Okay. Are you doing this? Alright.
Oh my god.
As a force of will, something hopeful, based on some kind of a memory, based on some kind of a bond, out of curiosity, or out of a search for understanding.
It's both curiosity and like I feel bonded to Gregnut and Gregnut's animals in some way. I'm gonna say bond.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll 1d6 for me.
Okay.
Nice.
Is it
Okay.
nice? I don't know how this magic works.
Pam, underneath your poncho at the place where Jacques usually sits,
Oh no. How big is wait, okay.
you
Continue.
hear like a and you feel like a warm shuffling thing.
Ew! Ew!
Wait, get the sound?
What?
Cronkadonk? Cronkadonk? Where you at, boy? Cronkadonk? Oh my gosh.
I just like lift my poncho.
And this two-footed thing.
Cronkadonk tumbles out and then runs to Gregnut immediately.
Cronkadonk! Oh my gosh. Why'd you go and eat that bean, boy? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. I've been searching for you non-stop, and then these ne'er-do-wells caught me up in their misadventures. I know. I'm sorry. I should have kept a bit closer eye on you with the beans. I know they're tempting. Where'd you end up at? Wait, really? Oh my god. It's incredible. I can't believe you became a monarch. That's right.
I've heard of spells with which you can speak with.
I don't think I have a spell.
This is a dog?
Yeah, look at him.
Where's his
It
tail?
looks so for the audience at home. Cronkadonk looks like a
I'll send a picture.
Yeah.
Cronkadonk looks like a thing with 2 feet that stands up and is not very thick. Like I'd say 6
It's
inches
wide.
deep. Yeah, I know. Like 6 inches deep. And then the width is like a foot to 2 feet. And then it's like a foot tall with very large eyes and a mouth that takes up most of its anatomy. It does not look like a creature that should be able to be alive. It looks like something that somebody designed as like a plushie and then cursed with life.
Wait, where is this picture? Can I see a picture of this?
I'm sending it. I'm finding it. I got you.
Okay. We will have to
I
show
love
chat
that
this room
description,
with
Danny. That is like the best description.
Thank you. I just scrolled back to find the
6
picture.
feet deep.
6 feet deep. How
Oh
big is
my
it?
God.
Okay, I got you, girl.
I didn't know it had to be like disgusted at this. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this guy.
Okay.
Like this thing. This dog. Does it float in the air like that too?
No, he
It
walks.
kind of attaches to Gregnut's
Okay.
hand.
Oh my god.
He can almost pick it up like a purse, but only Gregnut can do it.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
It's like Thor's hammer.
Accessories.
Yes.
It's like Thor's hammer. That's exactly right.
Beautiful.
Oh, Cronky. I'm so happy you're here.
Love it.
Kronk.
All right. Thanks, Pam.
Of course, buddy. I'm glad I could help. The
You're
more
you're
animals, the better. That's my motto.
you're a great friend.
But I just like hit him on the shoulder a little bit.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you and me, Gregnut. You know,
Yeah.
the animal lovers, right?
Yes. I have 50 others at home, but they're okay at home.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they manage the property.
Oh, did they grow the beans?
They participate in that, but I'm the bean expert.
Oh, okay. So you're sure that they won't eat beans? Are you sure?
Oh no, I sanction off the beans now, so it's so good. There's an arrow in my eye. They're good.
All right.
Anyway,
It hurts.
okay.
Thanks, Pam.
Of course, bud.
Okay,
So
do we have one?
yeah. Let me think. We have Maud. Maud is here. Olron is here. Rowan is here. She probably got stepped on. Um, uh,
How do you spell Rowan?
I think it's this.
Yes.
Are we forgetting anybody else? I still have the weird magical skull in my scarf.
We're still missing Iris.
Yeah,
Iris isn't coming, buddy. Sorry.
not for now. We can talk to her when we're on the boat, Darius. You and me. Nobody else. Just kidding. Are we forgetting anything else? I know there's still a lot of side stories, but I'm gonna try to forget about that.
Ramul's staying, right?
I guess.
Seamus is staying.
Do we have some way of contacting the guild?
You have your various spells and such. You have
We have
letters.
sending.
Yes, you have sending. And you also know that you guys typically find a way to get in contact with Yarmu, either through his They're in Trouble instincts or your He's in Trouble instincts.
Okay.
So you're not too concerned about it, for him in particular, but...
Yeah, he and Vincent are really close, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
Okay. Well, if we still have contact with the guild, then I think that we're fine here. DM, are we forgetting anything?
Not in particular, except I'm going to ask you this. Where do you guys want to go?
Good question. Who has the comic book?
Darius. I mean,
Yeah, Darius has it.
Darius, you have the glasses and you have the comic book. This is correct.
I thought you had the comic book.
I do.
Oh.
Everybody else seemed to think I did. I thought I did. It's in my poncho. I searched my poncho.
You do have the comic book.
Yes. Do you or does Morgana have the glasses?
I gave the
think-
glasses to.
Yep, I had the glasses.
Okay.
He
Then-
gave them to me last time.
Then I'm going to give you the comic book with your glasses, and I want you to tell
Okay.
us where to next.
All right, this is going to take a while, so
Let's have some bird. How's that? I'm hungry.
yeah.
All right.
Is Rendor finished flipping the bird?
Rendor,
One more
Phrasing.
bird.
you have added a lovely, like, sea salt and herb glaze. You have fried the skin separately when you realize that you recognize it from, like, a knockoff snack food that you'd seen in your town before, but this is how you would make it properly. You have separated out the bones to make a broth for, like, a side soup. You've done a bang-up job.
Yay!
Food's ready.
Rendor, you are a wonderful addition to this crew.
Oh, thank you. Accidental bird killing is not something I've done before.
All right, so you guys all settle into a nice meal.
I go to bed. Wait, I don't eat with them. I eat Greg Nuts oats in my bed.
Oh my god, stop!
Oh my
I
god.
try to stealth away from the rest of the party.
Make a stealth check.
I don't want anyone to know that I'm not there.
Okay.
Wait, is Ashoka still with you?
I drop you off with food.
Okay.
Aw.
Okay.
After last week, I completely just forget. Like, even without the stealth roll, I just forget that
Vincent is there.
Vincent is
Oh
with
my
us.
god.
Wow.
Perfect.
Okay. So 15. Anyone who's actively trying to watch Vincent can make a perception check. Yeah, I imagine it would be Pam.
Come on!
Everybody else, I don't think anybody's passive perception is above a 15. But let's check just in case.
Alright, okay, I'm
13.
looking for him.
13 first. You are?
Yeah, my perception's terrible.
Mine's a 12.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so Vincent manages to slip away and
Well done.
sulk off to a room that he decides is his in the deck to eat some oats and be on his own. While the rest of you sit down to a lovely roasted bird dinner with Rendor as the cook and the chef, along with Oleron, who seems to be in very high spirits, and Maud, who looks extremely, extremely skittish. Would you care to have any conversations with, Rendor and your assembled crew? You do also have some of the crew there, who are the ones who showed you the kitchen, Rendor. You haven't caught everybody's names yet, and you haven't met the captain yet because you've been told that they are resting up down below. But is there anything you would like to do over the course of dinner, or do you just want to know that you sat down and had a lovely meal with your new friends and crewmates?
I would like to say something.
Okay.
So, because of the meal being so lovely, I clap my hands and then I say "Garçon," and then a particular Frenchman appears with like the towel on his like arm. And
What?
he comes up and he goes,
Is it just that guy that we knew before with the cat?
"Wait, was his name Garçon too?"
What was his name? I forget.
Am I forgetting
Grass?
something?
Are you talking about Grass?
Yeah. Yes.
Who killed the
It's
cat?
not that guy.
Okay, but if it was, that would have been everything.
That would have been crazy. It's just a guy named Garçon, and he just comes up and he looks very fancy, and he's part of the crew. And I say, Garçon, give my compliments to the chef. And then Garçon goes, oui, oui. And then he says, our compliments to the chef, and then walks away.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
He blows
And
you
he
a
says
kiss,
that to
Rendor.
Rendor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aww.
Perfect.
I just blushed.
He is a very yes.
I love it.
All right. So you all have a lovely meal together, and then after the meal, you're able to all go off to your separate quarters as nighttime starts to fall, with a beautiful sunset to either think about what you need to do individually next, or if you want to plan together, then it's up to you. How do you guys spend the night?
I want to sit with Darius while
Okay.
he's doing his thing. I'm not sure who else wants to join me.
Old man Ashoka is just staring out into the ocean with squinty eyes.
Mhm.
And he's holding a harpoon.
It's like really tiny.
Yeah.
It's just like a stick.
Man of the sea.
One of the younger deckhands is a half elf that you meet and immediately dubbed something ridiculous, who like is watching you carefully with the harpoon, like he's afraid you'll hurt yourself, but he is there accompanying you.
Okay.
I'm just telling them tales of the sea.
They nod
So,
patiently.
so we're on the ship with Marcus, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
gonna ask. How big is his boat?
It's relatively large. It's a good sailing ship, typically meant for transporting passengers or delivering goods. It's got 3 decks, more or less. The main deck that you like stand on, you can see the sea. The 2 decks below are used for the transportation of people and or things. A lot of your animals go into the lowest deck, where they have the largest rooms. They're meant to uh, store goods that are being transported. And then Marcus, Vincent, all those who have gone down to their rest are down in the secondary deck. And I imagine you and Darius, along with Old Man Ashoka, who's considering harpooning things, is on the main deck.
Yeah. Okay.
Oats, I want to continue reading my plot important book
Okay.
Yes.
that I got oh so long ago.
Okay. Make a wisdom check for me, an intelligence check, and then remember what those numbers are, please.
Wisdom and intelligence.
Yes, please.
Can I use my switchy thingy to make one
Yes,
of
you
those?
can.
Okay, cool.
In the meantime, remember those numbers when they come up. Pam and Darius are on the top of the ship, along with. Is anybody else joining? Okay.
Greg is just playing a
I would-
Congadonk.
At some
So
point,
I have a question.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Rendor. Sorry.
oh no, at some point I just want to look for someone of the party
Okay.
to ask questions at some point.
Okay.
So I have a question. We're on the ship with Marcus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
Uh-huh.
And we have Oleron.
Uh-huh.
So when Marcus wakes up in the morning,
Mhm.
is he going to say, Oleron, how you doing, brother?
Good question. That's why I was wondering, like, do we want to go like on a different boat? But I don't know. I guess we can just cross that bridge when we get there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to ask Marcus if he wants to go and where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Or if he's going to tell us, get your butts off my ship.
Yeah, because I mean, the captain of the other ship was gonna give us a boat, like our very own boat. So I'm not if Marcus doesn't want to take us anywhere, we can just use our own boat. So I don't know. What do we want to do? What do we want to do, crew?
All right, so with that in mind, I'm going to open up the comic book and
Okay.
start reading.
Okay.
Okay.
So what am I going to roll, Miss DM?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me. What was that 80s sci-fi noise?
That was my water bottle hitting my chair.
Okay.
Oh, that was great. That was awesome background noise. It kind of sounded like sea noises to me.
Old man Ashoka just like looks around like, viciously.
Did you say insight?
No, go ahead and make a wisdom check. Oh, did you already make it? No,
Yeah.
that's instant. Okay.
Wisdom. Come on, baby.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so you flip through the first few pages of the comic book, and you can see it's almost as though they're more filled in now with the color and depth that you look at them. You can see the orphanage that you first passed by, and you can see as you kind of shift the page, you can see the state that you first started in. As you shift it more, you can see, it with some of the kids leaving, and you can see it as it is now, kind of crumpled. The second page is you can see the inside of the chambers of some tower that blinks and shows you that it originated someplace off in Benton Bond, ways away. Covered in bright pink, a familiar hue. But that one blinks and shows that it has changed in the past as well. And as you flip to the third page, it
So I have
almost,
the glasses on, right?
yes, you do.
Okay.
It takes a moment to form, as though it's shifting slightly. So you see kind of a general map of Valora overall, and then you can see three different points of light up. You see one down on the back of the head that makes up the island of Animar. You can see one far north in the scattered islands that are north of Castrine. And you can see one blinking in what appears to be nowhere in the middle of the split, just
Gosh.
in the middle of the ocean. And they all kind of blink and hover like they're waiting for something.
Okay. So Anamor, which island?
The island farthest left that looks like a head, the big
Cephas?
island. No, farthest left, like to the left of Benton Bond, even. It's like a detached, larger landmass.
Ah,
It looks like a face,
That's
kind of.
it does.
that's Anamor,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah, that's one.
Mhm.
Then you said there was some islands up north.
Mhm.
Which island up there?
It seems to be in the middle of that island that has four different names pointing at it.
All the R ones?
Yes.
Okay. And the last one is in where?
The third one is closest to where you are now, but it appears to not be on any kind of land, but
Gosh.
in the middle of the split. just kind of blinking.
Hmm.
And the split is that river that runs between
Port-
Gastrain
and Zindar, yeah.
okay. Well, why don't we go there first since it's closest?
Might as well.
So do you tap on that blinking point of light? Which do you tap on?
I'm going to tap on all three of them.
Okay, which do you tap on first?
The one closest to us.
You watch as you like brush your hand over that point of light, and the page seems to like shift and change, and you can see a bright haze of light overtaking a kind of a shape, almost something like a contact lens, uh, high in the ocean with like bright light pouring down over it onto a lot of what looks like sand and debris and refuse. And then in the far off distance of the image, you can see what looks like a ramshackle little hut made out of leaves and hard mud and things like that. It looks like a snapshot taken from the eye level of maybe like a crab.
Is that by Sea Watch?
I wish I can't. I don't know how to ping on my map. How have other people been pinging? Natalie, I think you did it earlier.
I think that was Max, but let me see.
You can use the ruler like this.
Yeah.
Where is that though?
The ping? I'm not sure.
It's the fourth from the top. Is the ruler. It's like the little circle with the.
Oh, okay. It's about where my arrow is pointing.
Okay, so it's in the water itself.
Correct.
Okay.
That's the point that you have selected.
Goodness gracious. How are we going to get there?
Just sail down the river a little.
I suppose.
I guess that's not really the river, is it? Okay, so do I tell everybody else what I see?
Well, right now it's just Pam next to you, while Rendor is hovering, I'd guess like 60 feet away, kind of glancing over to see when's a good time to interrupt y'all.
Oh.
Am I wrong, Rendor?
No, that's very very spot.
Well, then I'm going to say, hey, Rendor, come here.
Oh.
I'll walk over.
You sure, Darius?
Well, we should see.
Okay.
So I'd say, we're looking at this book, this comic book. That,
Oh.
One of the two orphans in the other boat that we were helping, she drew this comic book.
Mm-hmm.
And when we looked at it, we saw some lights in it.
Yep.
And we're thinking we're chasing the lights to find our friend Oliver. That's all.
That's all. That's
Yeah.
all.
Oh.
So we looked in the book. We just saw a light here in this spot right here. And we saw three lights. We saw that one. And we saw the one right here. So I pressed on the other one on the
Okay.
island with the 4 R's.
While you're pointing, Rendor, while he's showing you this, he's pointing at something as if he's pointing at a map, but you just see what look like comic book pages. And it's not something that you're terribly familiar with, but it's not that odd either. You've seen like people draw cartoon depictions of things before. It looks like a cartoon depiction of a person in like a strange mask in a dark landscape, and that's about it. And as he's like pointing to different spots, it's just like, okay, now he's pointing at the sky, and that's pointing at the bad guy's foot, and that's pointing at the lion mask. So you're not seeing what Darius is saying he sees.
So he's seeing Helwyn.
He's seeing just the comic book.
Am I seeing the same, or do I see what Daria sees?
Yours. Make a wisdom check. You.
Okay. Wisdom check. Okay.
So you can kind of see the general parts of what Darius is saying, but you can also see almost beneath it, like if you tilt your head the right way, you can just see the comic book. It's like when you cross your eyes at something and you can see a different picture.
Right.
I don't know. I had a friend who had a bit of an addiction to a kind of mushroom back where I came from, and he saw strange things as well. Um, are you okay? Do you need help?
No, I don't think so.
I look at Pam. Is
He has.
this
I think. Do I know what's going on, like the conflict between these two?
You can kind of figure, based on things that you've seen happen to Rando before, after you guys have described your various experiences and things of that nature. So you can kind of tell this just isn't clicking.
Okay. Also, there's an echo.
And don't forget, I had the special glasses on, so.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say that. He kind of sees different things wearing those glasses, Rendor. So I don't know if I don't know how much I should say here, but
so clarify? You make destination decisions based on special glasses that allow you to see
maps and
lights in a picture book.
Correct.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody?
No. No.
This is a new one.
Okay, so I pointed at the island with the 4 R's. What did I see there?
It pulls in, and you see what appears to be a ground with almost a. For a second, you think it's like an X, as in an X marks the spot, but then you realize it's actually almost like a plus sign, and the view sort of shifts so that you can see it at an angle, and these are like walls that clearly split the island up into 4 distinct sections. And at the top of these walls, there's like different forms of protection of like thick wire or some kind of fire or some kind of spikes. And as you take a look, you realize that above each of these walls is like a flag, and they all look very similar with very slight differences. One has a crown with a green background. One has the same crown with a bright red background and like a sword. One has a crown with what looks like some kind of a holy symbol that you're unfamiliar with, where the holy symbol is above the crown. And the fourth one doesn't have a crown at all, but is just a black flag.
Okay. Interesting. Not sure I want to go there, but so then I come over here, and I see Bit and Bond, and I see Top End. That's where Iris is from. So I guess first we're going to go down here, this one, stop at that one, and then go over here. Maybe stopping at Top End by that time. I don't know. So when I point at the one in Animar, what I see?
When you point to the one in Animar, you see not entirely dissimilar from, well, you see relative to the other two that you've seen, it seems much more populous. It's got these long docks running out from the edge of the island, just kind of almost like spokes on the backside of the head. And you see rising up and up like a mountain town, almost like a Sicily kind of a feeling. Houses and buildings of a certain style, not terribly large or ostentatious, not quite like what you would see in Portwind or what you would see in Castrain. But you see you see a lot of half-orc folks just kind of wandering about, which is the first time that you've seen actively other people in these. And they're just kind of like flickering in and out. And you can see part of what's interesting in Animar is as you look at it, it kind of cycles closer into nighttime and you can see the sunset. And it looks beautiful, but you're also not sure what on earth would be there. It just looks like a place where some people live. Looks peaceful, comparatively.
Okay, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Quick player sidebar. The audio sounds really weird in Twitch. It's like very staticky. I don't think it's been like that the whole time. I'm not sure when it started, but we all sound staticky, like it's the whole thing.
Okay, let me see what I can do.
I'm not sure if we can fix it right now, but maybe worth a shot.
I can change.
See if that helps. I'm changing our audio sources in Streamlabs. Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Someone say words other than me. Have we improved? What? Oh no! Hold on, let me see if this will just be a reset. Okay, how about now? Say some words, people, please.
Hello? Words?
Hello?
Is it working?
Let me see.
Testing.
We the people.
Okay. I can hear us
For a
again.
more perfect union.
I can hear us again.
Still hear us?
It's just still like a weird static, but it's better than it was.
Okay.
Okay, so I take off the glasses and I hand them to.
It's better.
Okay.
I hand them to you, Pam. And I hand you the comic book and I say, here's where I saw the dots. Take a look and see what you see.
Okay. Here we go. Are you gonna take note for me?
Pardon?
Are you gonna take note for me, Darius, where I see them?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
I showed you where I saw them. I'm asking you where you see them and what you see.
Okay. All right. I put the glasses on. When I do that, before I look at the comic book,
you look at Rendor, and something in your stomach kind of drops because this is the first time that you've looked at like someone who isn't Iris with the glasses. And it's weird because moment to moment it shifts between you're just looking at Rendor as he is, or you're looking at something that is a lack of existence where his space would be.
Like a void?
Yes, precisely. Precisely the word I was going to use.
Okay, and I make a mental note of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna call him Void Face in my head.
Uh-huh.
Whenever okay, so I don't see anything besides nothing?
No, it just flickers back and forth between each. And, like, the longer you consider it, the stronger the, like, void version of him becomes. Like, it stays longer.
But so it goes back between the Rendor that I see and then this.
Yes, but the longer that you look at him with the glasses, the less you see of Rendor and the more you see of the void and the nothing.
Right, okay. I'm freaked out. But I remember. Okay. Can I look at Darius real quick?
You see good old Dr. Ray with his dark brown hair and one of his lab coats.
Okay. And I just like smile.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look? Do I see anything else?
Um.
Like insight? Like, is Gregnut near enough where I can look at Gregnut?
Gregnut, I don't know if he's near enough.
Gregnut was like just, somewhere on the deck, not too far from them.
Okay. When you look at Gregnut, it's very strange because you don't...
Is it just Gregnut?
It's just Gregnut.
Sorry.
He doesn't change, but somehow that's almost worse because why does Rendor change and Darius change and Gregnut not change? It's infuriating.
Oh my gosh.
Why? Okay. Do I see anything else?
Every so often as you look up and like around you at the different environments, there is sometimes a brief flash of that same void, but it is much less instant. It's more like the void that you have when you blink. And if you look for a little while, it turns from the actuality of like the sky that you see and the water around you and the boat around you, and it becomes something more like hurried sketches, like you're living inside of someone's notebook where they were drawing out.
Gosh. Oh. Okay.
So what do you see, Pam? What do you see?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah. Let me look at this.
Okay. Okay. You see 3 points of light. One here. One in the southern half of the southern part of Zindar. You see one in the southern part of Castrain before you get to Skarn. And you see one just north of the nest where you've already been in Ravenarch.
Okay. Interesting. 99 star. Okay. Okay, so I relay this information to Darius.
Okay. You have to say that again because I was...
So there's one right above the nest.
Mm-hmm. One in the southern part of secondary Zindar, kind of centered between the three larger villages.
Castle Run.
Rodwen and Kilpa.
Okay.
And then one in semi-southern Castrain, a little bit outside of the capital city of Shinel.
Okay. I'm trying to see it in the... Okay, there we go.
Here. Why don't I just put a dot? What am I doing?
A good color, a good bright color.
Pam gets red.
Yay.
Gonna do blue for Darius.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay.
there we go.
So, what
Can
do
every-
you see when you see your dots?
What do I see? Should I click them or touch them or click them? Gosh dang it. Okay. Touch them?
Rendor, how long do you watch them perform this strange ritual before... It's very weird. You're not sure if...
I watch it out of concern.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh.
So you start like taking notes to be like, okay, so these seem to be the common concerns that bring on this behavior. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see like, are these people okay?
Oh,
Okay.
no. Not.
All right.
Okay.
So
So I
Ren,
touched one.
which
Do
one?
I really want to hang with these people?
While we're in the canal, when should I start swimming?
Well, there's still time to get off. Yeah.
I love you. Okay. So I touched the one near Castrine, or in Castrine.
Mm-hmm. You find yourself kind of nestled on a what seems to be almost like an alleyway street between two cramped places with several feet shuffling around you and something that almost looks like a pile of clothes on the side of the road until it moves and you see like a person's eyes underneath.
Ooh, okay. I tell this to Darius.
Mm-hmm.
You got that, Darius?
Yep, an alley with a pile of clothes with eyes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
There's one in the secondary part of Zindar.
Mm-hmm.
Touch that.
Talking Castle Run.
Mm-hmm. You find a small space where the sky seems to be almost like a dark red, and you are standing on a set of stone steps that lead up to a large building that looking past it onto various cobblestone streets with very slight light and no people really moving around. It's just looking at it makes you feel kind of heavy.
Okay. And I relay this to Darius.
Mm-hmm.
Small space, red sky. What else?
The steps seem to be leading up to almost like either a like one of those fancy family tombs or like a weird actuary building. You know what I mean?
Like the mausoleum.
Yes, thank you. That is the word.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, and the last one is above the nest, where we all were at that one fateful day.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get across the river or the ocean? Never mind.
A long time ago.
So what do you see? Look there.
You look around and you just see it's like you're standing in the middle of a rotted vine thicket. Like you're standing in front of the thorn wall from Sleeping Beauty.
Okay. You got that, Darius?
A rotted vine thicket. Yep.
Alright.
So, let me ask you this. Which one calls to you the most?
Can I sense something?
You can make another wisdom check if you like.
Okay. I'll do so.
Ooh, okay. Well, two things come to mind. One is you have a quest that you've been given that you have thus far neglected, and you feel as though you may need to consider which of these places may lead in no forced way, but perhaps by coincidence, to that quest. But on top of that, you also feel as though the nest you might have some context for, because at least you've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
And what you saw seemed familiar to both what you'd seen happening there And this looks somewhat similar to what you'd seen occurring in the wilds of Portwind.
I see.
The rot,
So,
right?
that is what it's
Rot?
called. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where was between these two? Where was the one that led more to my quest? Can you tell me?
You gotta really. The one centered between those 3 villages in secondary Zindar, you like the least, and that tells you. May have.
Ooh, okay. Let's avoid that. Okay. Maybe. We've been here before, and I point to the nest one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with that one. And it's not too far, I guess. Well, I guess the other ones are closer. if I think about it.
So once we're on the ship, we're on the ship. So,
Mhm.
let's go hit the one in the bay right here.
Mhm.
And then as we swim up there, I guess before we go to river, we can stop at the nest and see what that is.
Okay.
And then we'll hit the river.
Well, we should still ask the other guys what they see. Maybe there's things closer that we should go to first. So when they're awake, we're all moving around tomorrow. We can ask them.
Okay. I'm up for that.
Vincent,
Yes.
you are reading your book. In order to read your book, you cheated a little bit. It's not cheating, but you used your Harrison brain, not your Vincent brain.
Can I cheat more by using a chaos roll for the wisdom roll?
If you want to. Do you want to do a proper chaos roll where you just reroll it, or do you want an Oliver roll?
Ooh. I wouldn't know what to do with an Oliver roll. I'll just do a chaos roll.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 1d6 for me.
Nice.
3 means you may reroll, so you get to reroll
Okay,
that
cool.
wisdom roll.
Wait. Oh no. Could you roll for me? I just accidentally X'd out roll 20.
Okay.
I just saw you leave.
Thank you.
That was sad.
Also, Rendor, this isn't a punishment. I'm just going to have you roll to... As in, what they're doing is strange, but they haven't actively mentioned anything that is, contradictory to the universe that you exist in. They're just kind of weird. So I'm wanting to have you roll either, like, an intelligence or wisdom roll, because you're trying to analyze how you can best help these people psychologically.
Okay.
Wait, I'm back
I'll
in.
do intelligence because I'm slightly better at that.
Okay. So, wisdom for Mr.
Yeah, I'm back
Vincent.
in. I think I can do it.
Okay. Okay. Alright.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll
Oh,
two of them.
slightly better.
My mistake.
That's alright. So 17 for Rendor. 9
I
of
got a
which
better number.
a slightly better number. Okay. So for Vincent.
Wait a minute, how does 16 plus 5 plus 1 equal 17?
No, I accidentally rolled 2 rather than one of them.
Mhm.
I rolled 2 dice at the same time accidentally because I
Mhm.
forgot.
It's alright.
So, you want me to re-roll it? Or...
No, it's okay. It would have been the 16 plus 1, so it's no worry. Your analysis, yeah. Just briefly, Render. Your analysis tells you that these people are strange but relatively sane, They can do with some steady-handed guidance probably from you, which you believe you can offer, but you could probably learn some from them as well. Which is weirdly comforting after trying to understand whether they were literally hallucinating a moment ago, but it's what your gut tells you.
All right. I relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And 2 decks below, we zoom in on Vincent, whose face contorts as he thinks with Harrison's brain. With a 14 for your intelligence and a 9 for your wisdom. As you're reading through, what do you know of this book so far that you can recall?
I remember that it has something to do with alchemy, and if I recall correctly, basically breaking like the traditional laws of alchemy, and like kind of making something out of nothing and changing things like the molecular structure of things.
Okay.
Well, and like shape shifting to some degree, maybe. I think.
So, looking at this with Harrison's mind, you're also getting a little bit of Harrison's context, and that gives you 2 more important pieces of information. One being that part of the reason some of these like alchemical equations, whether they be based on science or the way that magic works in this world, part of the reason some of them seem so unstable is because they seem to be almost grappling with a particulate or a component that they don't entirely understand. It's like when a physicist tries to understand dark matter or part of quantum mechanics that doesn't make sense. But the Harrison part of your brain tells you, wait, I know that.
Yay!
Ooh.
Some of that, somehow, someone who wrote this stumbled onto something that was affected by us being here, potentially. It's a form of... It's a little bit of chaos magic in that it allows things to go beyond the bounds of what they should be able to. And that's about as much as you're able to comprehend. That is part of what you guys use as an element in this before it gets too confusing again, because you don't know why or how someone in this world would try to strive for that. But it's a very valuable piece of information that you just realized.
I thought you were going to say because somebody taught him physics.
Though it
is a lot to do with it.
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
You can tell a lot about how something you can't perceive is and behaves by the way things around it behave. And because of the way the things around it behave in these various equations and hypotheticals and the notes, you recognize it as the thing that you've been manipulating that you don't quite understand either. So yes, it is a bit like physics. So, with this all in mind, is everyone just going to go ahead and get ready for a long night's rest?
Yay!
Except, no, not Ashoka.
Okay.
Oh.
What are you doing, Ashoka?
He's
Waiting
on whale watch.
for his arrival.
For his arrival.
This canal will be sea soon.
Whose arrival again? If you don't mind my asking, old timer.
The White Demon. The one who took from me everything I had before. My hand, my love, and my sanity. The great whale Moby Dick.
I'm mighty surprised that you could remember the name of one particular whale, admittedly.
It's not just one particular whale. You see, this particular creature, you know the size of this ship?
I do, in fact. It is part of my job to keep it clean and to stock everything down below and on occasion deal with cannons and things, so I am very familiar with the size of the ship.
How big would you say this ship is?
Roughly, oh gracious, a few hundred yards. It's a standard shipping boat.
Well, imagine this boat times 10. And then imagine that times 10.
Stop.
And then you get the fin of this whale.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the giant sea turtle legend everybody's on about.
What?
But no, yours is a whale.
Wait, what was that about a turtle?
Oh, nothing. It's a kid's story. There's a giant sea turtle that died, and that's the reason why it splits there.
Well, I'm pretty sure my whale is the one who killed the turtle.
I would not be surprised. Turtles are not known to be the greatest fighters.
Yeah, this here whale, it's my passion now. And I will defeat it with my trusty harpoon, who I have dubbed Ophelia.
No.
I did just give you that to that. That was part of our. You know what? It's fine.
I had this. No, it's mine.
All right. Why Ophelia? If you don't
Well,
mind my
because
asking.
That whale killed my darling Ophelia. Therefore, I will kill that whale with my darling Ophelia.
I see. I see.
Do you know what Ophelia means?
I do not. I do not know what most names mean.
It means Ahab's love.
Oh my gosh. It doesn't.
Look it up. Who said that?
Nothing. Just talking to myself. Do you think you'd like to maybe eat some more, or perhaps lay down? It is getting sort of late.
Not even a little bit.
You should be able to meet the captain.
I've been taking a ride on my steed. Where's my steed at? Where's my steed?
If you're talking about that man who you were riding here earlier, I believe he went down quite a bit ago.
You know what? I'm gonna go find him.
Would you leave Ophelia with me, if you don't mind?
Will you keep watch for the whale?
In fact, will. And you know what? If we wait till tomorrow morning, you can talk to the captain yourself. Make sure that, make sure that he's down with the whole whale thing.
Well, I don't see why. I am the captain.
Alright, old timer. How about you go visit your steed?
I'll do that. And you know what? I'm gonna name you something special. Your name is now Ishmael. Congratulations.
Well, old timer, if that's what it'll take.
You're my second in command while I am gone, feeding my steed his oats. I expect you to keep charge.
Well, if that will make you happy, old timer, call me Ishmael.
Alright, Ishmael. Good night, then.
Have a good night, old man.
And then he just goes below deck to find his steed and force some oats down his gizzard.
Okay. Vincent, how much of that do you allow?
I already had some oats. I also hide my book before he comes and sees it.
Okay.
How many oats did you eat? Let me see
you know the ones you gave me earlier?
Yeah.
Those ones.
Okay, well, I have another sack here. He just pulls out a sack of oats.
I'll save it for later.
No, get over here. He just approaches slowly, but he's so small, so he darts around and hides in places.
Oh God.
You're gonna take.
Okay, I'm going to bed. Please don't force feed me oats while I'm asleep. I may choke to death.
All right, fair enough, but be warned. In the morning, you're getting oatmeal.
Okay.
And then the rest of the day is oats.
Okay.
And then dinner, what do you think you're having? What?
In the morning, for oatmeal.
And then for dinner?
I don't know. Oats, probably.
Yeah, you're right. All right, now get some sleep.
Yeah, you
Keep
too.
that back strong. Do some exercises or something.
Well.
All right. You know what? Maybe I'll just stay here with you.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I like how they gave up at that point.
I can't get Ashoka to do anything I want him to, so he's just gonna do whatever he does.
Ashoka just starts doing, Tai Chi or something, so he's completely distracted.
Okay. All right, with Ashoka ready to tire himself of his old man form, Pam and Darius having a bit of a plan for tomorrow morning, an idea to have everybody else look at the book to see what other potential spots there are that they need to stop at, Rendor having a slight more confidence in this absurd crew, Vincent having learned some important details, and Vorgana having finally got what he wanted in that they are leaving Portwind.
I kind of want to use my Oliver roll because I haven't.
Okay.
But I don't know what I want to use it for.
Admittedly, there are several episodes where some of you don't use the Oliver rolls at all. So, if you wish to, you may. But consider the consequences. Consider your resources and consider the consequences. Cody, this is the same advice I've given you.
Yes. And somehow I managed to pull it out today, and I'm really surprised.
You did great.
Thank you. Alright. Sorry. Oh yeah, also during this entire time I'm just resting.
Okay.
And like meditating and stuff.
Okay.
Wants to do anything while I'm thinking.
Um.
I returned the glasses to Darius,
Mhm.
and I put the comic book back in my poncho.
Mhm.
And I just look
No,
at
wait,
Darius.
wait a minute. Give me the comic book. I may go downstairs and do my Oliver roll.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
Give him the comic book.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, I was gonna tell you something. Okay.
Okay. What?
I'm just like, Darius, and you're just like, good night. I just wanted to say thank you for stepping in and helping earlier with Laurent. I know I keep messing things up, and I don't know, but I guess I'm just glad to have you guys.
I'm glad to have all you guys. You're my students. It's my job to protect you. And all the friends we make together, so.
Okay.
One of these days we'll talk about Iris.
Yeah. I mean, we can talk to her tomorrow if you want.
And I think I better get some rest first. I'm gonna go study the comic book.
Alright. Good luck.
Alright, thanks.
So, are we staying on this ship, or what?
I guess we'll have to ask the captain of this ship and see what he says.
So, are we not going to set sail? Are we just going to stay on this? We're still in Portwind.
True.
We haven't even left Portwind.
We left a while ago, but
I think we all deserve a decent rest.
Well, wait, I don't think we've even set sail yet. We've just been in the boat. On the docks. Unless
What's wrong with sleeping on the boat at a dock?
Oh, nothing. We still haven't left Portwind, is the thing I'm saying. We're still in Portwind, which is insane.
know what I want to use my roll for. If
Go ahead.
okay, when I wait for Darius to go to sleep, and I'm going to take the glasses in the comic book, and thinking about this world and what's been going on, and Death and Oliver, I think about if there's any kind of possibility that my father is in this world. Harrison's father.
Okay. So, I love that. A. B. You said specifically you wait until after Darius has gone to sleep. And I know Darius was also going to do his Oliver thing. So let's
wait for everyone to go to sleep, because I don't want anyone to see me do this.
Okay. So Darius, what were you going to do?
I'm going to go down and find a cabin, sit down, light a candle or two or whatever, turn on a light, whatever,
Mhm.
however it works.
Mhm.
I put the glasses on.
Mhm.
I look at the book again, start from the back cover and go to the front cover
Mhm.
through and see. I know we had 18 points of light, so I know
Mhm.
we had found Iris and we found the glasses.
Mhm.
And I know we saw 3 earlier. Well, actually, we saw 6 earlier on the map.
Mhm.
I'm going to keep flipping through that page and then the rest of the pages and try it again and do my Oliver.
Okay.
Ask for Oliver to lead me to where we should go.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So one thing that's interesting before you even roll, when you move through the back forward, it's clear to see that the last pages of the comic book, as you look with your glasses, they shift very, very easily. It's like the comic book can't make up its mind. Like, here, no here, no here, no here. As though there are some things that aren't quite settled yet, until you get back to the point that you had looked at earlier with Pam, where you see the same things that you had seen. But go ahead and... Okay. You want Oliver to... The purpose of this Oliver roll that you want to do is to lead you to... Just to lead you, or to lead you to the nice place where you know there will be one of these things you have to collect, or the one that will be easiest to get, or the one where the most are collected in one place, or what? What is the... What do you want out of this?
I would like one he wants me to get next.
Okay. Okay. Are you doing this out of very willfully? Out of some kind of a hope? Based on a memory? Based on a bond? Based on curiosity? Or based on understanding?
It's going to be based on the bond that we made with Oliver. We were playing
Okay.
D&D.
Okay. Go ahead and... I want you to roll 2 things for me. I want you to roll 1d6, and then after that, I want you to roll something else. But go ahead and roll 1d6. Okay. So, it doesn't work perfectly. You don't get a bright, this is the best way to go. But, you do get what seem to be reasonings. And it's almost like a feeling. Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me, if you don't mind. You know it's late when I can hear my sprinklers going off. Who's running their sprinklers? There was so much rain today. Sorry, not to take us out of this very special... Okay. So... I don't think it is. So... You can tell the point that you saw earlier that was in the middle of the sea. So, okay. You've looked so long to try and figure out kind of what these points of light represent. And you realize that they're all kind of different shades of the same thing. But what that same thing is not Oliver as a whole. These things you are collecting are not all that there is to Oliver. They're shattered aspects of a specific part of Oliver. And in comparing the kind of 2 points that are brought to the forefront of your mind, you realize that so far that what you found of Oliver is, you know, a kid's comic book and then someone's glasses. something that someone made and something that helps someone see more than what there was. What you're finding right now are pieces of Oliver's creativity. And the next two that you feel the most strongly you found already creativity driven by innocence in the comic book, and you found creativity driven by understanding in Iris's glasses. South of you, in the middle of the sea, there's something that is creativity as influenced by loneliness. And up north towards the nest is creativity driven by fear of change. So that is what you get. And it kind of leaves it in your hand as those are most clearly what you know what they are and what they represent. And it's up to you which you want to pursue next.
Okay, so creativity. At the beach hut is called what? Creativity do what?
Creativity from loneliness. And up north is creativity from fear of change. Very briefly, I just want to, Ryan, so you know, part of the reason they're all saying things like, but we're still in Portwind, is because Portwind is the first city that they ever started in.
Yep.
Okay.
We have not left Portwind.
20-some episodes.
We're still at
38.
How many is it?
38.
Yep.
Almost 40.
We are still at the
Wait a
The
minute, though. So how did you say we were in the nest?
that was our session 0,
The
technically.
last episode.
Yeah, the lost episode. It was
Yeah.
so good.
It was so good.
It was.
But yeah. So Darius, that is what you see. Do you go to sleep after you do this, or is there anything else that you want to do?
I think before I go to sleep,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back up on deck.
Mhm.
It's nighttime now, right?
It is.
Full moon, half moon, whatever.
Mhm.
Look out over the sea. I look in the direction that I'm going to go first, which is down south.
Okay.
And I see what I see is a river, whatever.
Mhm.
And turn and look to the north.
Mhm.
I sort of look at towards where the spots are. Map.
Mhm.
I don't know how far I can see. Maybe I can see the Catastrain. I don't know if I can see the one in secondary, Zindar.
Mhm.
But it's just, I look around and I just kind of contemplate what we're doing.
Mhm.
I think we're coming, Oliver. Don't give up on us.
Okay. And with that determination in your heart and in your mind, and your hopefulness to continue forward, eventually, after considering what you'll do next, you're able to settle in for a long night's rest. In this time, Vincent, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Okay. Watch this be the one time I cannot do a successful stealth check.
This helps. I'm awake up on deck.
Okay, well, he specifically said he was going to wait until everyone was asleep.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing up on deck then, Pam?
I'm with the animals, and I'm kind of just keeping guard.
It feels weirdly familiar to you. Something feels, in the midst of everything that's been changing, and all the things that have been put on you, and the expectations, and all the parts of whatever has come before that you don't want to deal with, sitting there amongst a bunch of animals, that part's always been good.
I agree.
I imagine you fall asleep against your panthers on top of the deck.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I fall asleep wondering how Rowan is not starving to death. But I guess it's only been like 2 days, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So, Vincent, very carefully and quietly, you creep into Darius's room after he finally goes to sleep, and it's pretty late at night. And you get the glacis, and you get the comic book. Where do you go with them?
I think I go onto the deck, actually.
Okay. You go on the deck and you tiptoe past the sleeping Pam, who is sleeping amongst her two, amongst Biz and Ness.
Also, I take off my cloak of Elvenkind and I kind of rest it over her.
Okay.
Because it's probably cold out there.
Yeah.
We cry.
Mhm. All right. What are you doing?
Such a good boy.
No! I know.
What I said I was gonna do, and I'm gonna try to see, gonna find my dad, if he is truly in this world.
Okay. So. Okay. Are you doing this willfully? Out of some kind of hope? Based on a memory? Based on a bond? Based on curiosity? Or based on some kind of understanding that you're seeking?
Probably curiosity, based on my thought process and everything that's been going on.
Okay.
Is it possible?
Go ahead and roll 1d6.
Oh.
Chaos roll.
He already
Use
used his
my chaos
chaos
roll.
roll.
You did already? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You can have mine.
You still going.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
Unless Vincent wills for that to be, he is still asleep.
It's not for lack of trying. And it's not... That's the thing. It's not for lack of there being an answer. It's just because this isn't the way to do it. And you keep telling yourself, no, it's gonna work. And so you take like an hour, 2 hours just looking through, just trying, and it's not there. However, what you are doing, after you get over the disappointment of that, not even that it's not a possibility, but just that you're not seeing it, but after you get over the disappointment of that for a moment, you also see 3 points of light pop up. If you want to go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me, and we can figure out where those are. above a 10. That's all you need.
Woo.
Okay. So, what color do you want, Vincent? Let's do
Blue.
let's do blue. So, we did dark blue for Darius. Let's do light blue.
Okay. That works.
You get 3 pings, and your ping is... You feel a pit in your stomach when you recognize this one here.
Which one?
This light blue one south of Wavun. And then you get another one up here near Greyboard. And then the third...
Really hard to see.
Oh, sorry.
But I do see them. No, it's okay. I see them.
Flip. And then the third you get... in the northern part of Castrain. Which do you try to zoom in on first?
I only see 2.
Really light.
Can I just do black? Hold on.
Yeah, that works.
There's one. There's one. There's one. Is that easier?
I feel a pit in my stomach.
Second
Oh.
This one makes you feel a pit in your stomach.
Okay, I go to that one first then.
You're just at the bottom of like a deep pit, like the bottom of an abandoned mine shaft.
I immediately go to a different one.
Which one?
Waven, I guess, or Wavon. Wavon.
That one was near Wavon.
Oh, right. The one by Greyboard then.
The one by Greyboard, you find yourself standing on like a high rickety bridge. It's in the north of Zindar Prime. Graibord. You find yourself standing on like a high rickety bridge made out of this ashen type wood over a very, very tall snowy mountain. Like kind of... You don't get the sound, but if it had a sound, that's what it would make.
I go to the last one.
For the last one, you find yourself standing before a very short, stocky man in a dank dungeon space with his arms chained to the wall and his face pulled into a scowl, covered his hair thick and matted, and his face covered in bruises and like scratches and blood. And after a moment, he like twitches and looks up at you, and then the image stops.
Ew.
Interesting. So I sneak back down and I put the comic book and the glasses back as carefully as I can where I found them.
Okay.
With Darius.
Make another.
And I wake up and I say,
Make it.
"See anything interesting?"
Hold on. Make a stealth check. You don't get advantage because you left your cloak of elven kind to make Pam warm. So go ahead and make a stealth check. Okay. So it's a 24 stealth. Darius. Okay. Vincent, do you promise to share your information as soon as you wake up the next morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Darius, is that alright?
At least the points that I saw.
Of course.
Not anything further than
Okay.
Sure, I guess so.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be funny to wake up and say, "What'd you see?"
Oh.
You can hear in the back of your head, Vincent. You almost wish he had woken up because you know he would immediately be like, "I'm not mad that you took it. Just what did you see? Tell me."
I just kind of whisper, I'm like, fair enough. And then I like put it down on him.
Mhm. All right.
Then I go back to my bed
Mhm.
and I start drawing in my notebook.
Okay.
And I draw
Where'd you
at first
I'm just joking.
sleeping. I'm like drawing Nomi, and then I switch the page, and then I'm drawing all of our real life selves like together,
Mhm. All
and
right.
then I just kind of fall asleep drawing.
Okay. And with that image, everybody gets finds their rest on their way out of Portwind, and that is where we'll end tonight's episode.
Huzzah!
They're finally leaving
Finally made
Portwind.
another Portwind. Yeah.
Woo!
38
38
episodes.
episodes.
We did it, everyone. We left Portwind. It only took the death of one clockmaker, the separation of family, a war.
A war, a cast member leaving and coming back, and then another cast member joining.
Yeah.
It's been quite a ride.
Yes.
And as you can
The clockmaker, it wouldn't have taken so long.
Oh man, that clockmaker just completely bit the glass dust.
That's a new saying for me.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all had fun. For any new viewers that joined us tonight, thank you. I hope you had fun as well.
Thank you all.
Yes, thank you for joining.
Mhm. We love.
Tell your friends.
It's very strange. I know it's an acquired taste, but it is a good one. We love you all very much, and my sweet kids. Would you guys like to do your very special sign off?
Yes.
Who wants to count it down?
I'll count it down.
Yes.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's just how we roll.
Love you, Ophelia.
Good night, everybody. We love you very much. Have a wonderful night. Have a good Easter. Stay safe. Good night. Bye.